Sir, spare your life, sir, spare your life. Young master, we will all listen to your instructions in the future. Please spare my life. The more Yunwoo listens to it, the more he wants to laugh. Long Qingxie can kill his own law enforcement team directly. How many of them are needed? Long Qingxie's eye-ground brush a touch of impatience, sympathy? It's almost hard to find in him. Backhand rolled in the air a few times, a few fuzzy flesh and blood, hula fell on the glorious floor of Furong building. Hong Yang didn't expect that he was so disgusting. She covered her heart and vomited a few times. She vomited all the wine she drank with her guests at night. It took a long time to slow down. I said, "How do you let my people clean up?" I've seen Hongling's cloud dance of foraging with my own eyes. I'm not surprised at the scene. I'm even used to it. I can still comfort Hongling. Hongyang, you just send these to the back kitchen to make some steamed buns and balls. Who can know the human flesh you use? Hongyang imagined the scene for a moment and could not help shivering. These two people, in the end, is not a person. How one then a terror. She bared her teeth and looked at the masses of flesh and blood and said, "Come on, I'd better let someone feed it to the dog. If it's made in the back kitchen, who dares to enter the back kitchen in the future?" Yunwoo pointed to Li Yuanxing's body and asked Hongyang, "Is that with you?" Hongyang waved her hand and said, "How can I do that? Of course I want to send Lao Li's body to his home. At least I have lived together in Xiaoyao town for so many years. Of course I want to leave a whole body for him." Yunwoo doesn't express any opinions on this. If she really cares about her feelings, will she spare no effort to design so that Long Qingxie can fight with Li Yuanxing? It's Long Qingxie. It's strange that Yunwoo will follow other people's arrangement. Long Qingxie killed several people, but his brocade robe was still as clean as new, not even a drop of blood. "Hongyang, I avenged you for your life. Should you give me some thanks?" Hongyang's eyelids twitch, and she grins quickly, as if nothing had happened to her. "I'm joking. Today, it happened that you had a feud with Li, and then you settled this matter with me?" Long Qingxie looked at his palm print, and the smile on his lips was mocking. "Hongyang, your husband and son died in the hands of Li Yuanxing. 5 years ago, you came to Xiaoyao town in disguise and opened Furong building to find a chance to avenge your husband and son. What I said is wrong." Cloud dance accident of sea matchmaker One Eye. She originally thought this woman is a sallow person, didn't expect there are these secrets behind. Hongyang definitely looked at the dragon for a while and suddenly laughed. It's worthy of Long Xiao. Long Ji's intelligence network is really powerful. Even this Xiaoyao town, which is always allowed to enter but not to leave, you can know it like the back of your hand. Hongyang put down her abacus and asked Long Qing, "What do you want to thank you for, little dragon? As long as Hongyang can afford it, even if you want my life, I'll give it to you." It seems that this matchmaker did not know Long Xiao, but recognized it early in the morning, but pretended not to know deep enough. "It's no use if I want to come. I want something from Treasure House, and a piece of information about Warcraft Forest." Hongyang's eyes flashed. "The things of Zhenbao Pavilion are less used with the dragon. You say a name and I'll let people take it. The brocade box you collected in Treasure Pavilion, I only want it." Yunwoo doesn't know if she's very attentive. She always thinks that Long Qingxie looks at herself before answering Hongyang. The things in the brocade box are obviously quite precious. If Hongyang wants to take them out, it's also painful. But Long Qingxie avenged her. She can still afford to give her belongings. The intelligence of Warcraft Forest. Which aspect does Long Xiao want? It's not Hongyang's boasting. Even if the powerful intelligence network of Longa encounters the chaotic Warcraft Forest, it's not as clear as her Treasure Pavilion. After all, those who come back from Warcraft Forest will bring things to her for sale. She naturally collects the most information about it. Anything is fine. I'm just happy to hear it. Just pick the most sensational and attractive one recently. Hongyang thought about it for a while, and said evil to the dragon. "Recently, the most popular thing in the Warcraft Forest is that a man with strange poison is looking for an antidote there. It is said that the man is Nanganji, the son of the national teacher of the Zhou dynasty." Hongyang finished saying this, cloud dance eyebrow a pick. "Nanganji? flashed in my mind before in the border town all the way to meet the white clothes, floating for ferryman. She has no good relationship with Nangong-yi, but after all, she has been in the imperial city for some time. Now I suddenly heard that something had happened to this man. It's hard to avoid that I listened a little more attentively. However, since Nangong-yi is the son of the national master, there must be a guard around him. Moreover, it is said that the national master is a diviner. If there is anything wrong with Nangong-yi, how can he not know? But then again, with the ability of the South Palace, E can let him poison to go to the Warcraft forest to seek the antidote in person. That person is afraid absolutely not simple. Cloud dance meditation, let a side dragon pour evil, in the heart quite not taste, this little woman, when the person in the mind only he? This day is not the dragon 3, now there is another Nangongji. To tell the truth, Long Qingxie is a man with strong possessiveness. For his own women he likes Xuanba power very much. Especially the unique woman like Yunwu, who can be anti-bony in her bones. Long Qingxie saw that her woman seemed to be thinking about other men, and her face didn't stink. Little thing, one dragon 3 is not enough? Now there's another man. Believe it or not, why don't you let him die before he's poisoned? The cloud dance that takes back his thoughts is really like throwing him a white eye. However, he said to him directly, in this case, I should think about you several times a day. Should you commit suicide? Give me a clear ear. Long Qingxie smelled the words but grinned. You are so active to think of me, how can I refuse? It's best that you can think of me 12 hours a day. You think it's beautiful. 12 hours a day. He wants her to miss him even when she sleeps. Cheeky enough. Of course it's beautiful. Come on, kiss one. Go away. Hong Yang listened to their bickering, covered her lips and laughed. Oh, my man and I used to love each other like this. I feel envious when I see you. Cloud Dance listened to Hong Yang's words, depressed, but the bottom of my heart was touched by something, suddenly some unnatural. Hong Yang, do you have bad eyes? Who is in love with him? How can she show her love to him? It's too late to bother him. Isn't her brain broken? Hong Yang threw a look of, don't say I know, at Yunwu, and she started to shout to the upstairs with her hands akimbo. Roll down to me, do you want me to clean the battlefield? What's the use of raising you? As her voice just fell, it seemed that a certain switch had been turned on everywhere in Furong building, and a group of little boys, maids and flower maids were pouring out. When several flower nyangs saw the mass of flesh and blood, they jumped and screamed a few words. They were scolded by Hong Yang. They sat on the table beside them and watched the boy pack up the corpses with sacks and drag them to the backyard to feed the dogs. Cloud Dance can see how strong the endurance of the people in Xiaoyao town is. How many screams do they scream for fun? When the boys cleaned up the first floor, Hong Yang ordered people to rearrange the rest of the tables and chairs. Soon, the Furong building was a beautiful scene of singing and dancing. Only the body of Li Yuanxing in the middle of the hall was out of place with the people drinking and laughing around. Hong Yang went to Yunwu and said to her, Girl, go to have a rest early. You can't trouble them for the rest. Yunwu sees some hatred in Hong Yang's smile. She thinks that her husband and children have been poisoned by Li Yuanxing. She has endured it for 5 years now. It's not enough for Li Yuanxing to die. Yunwu left a message for her before she went upstairs. If you need any help, just shout out. It's time to help if you live and eat for nothing. Hong Yang stared at their back as they went up the stairs, with a sad smile on her face. If I had met these two people 5 years ago, maybe nothing would have happened today. Not long after that, Yunwu heard the noise downstairs, and the sound of weapons connecting each other was endless. She sat opposite Long Qingxie and drank slowly. No one came down to interfere. Yunwu listened to the movement downstairs and said to himself, Where is Xiaoyao town? Everyone is fighting hard for money and money. Even looking at the free and easy Hong Yang, there is a deep hatred in her heart. She has endured for many years and got revenge once. Now it's time to kill her. Long Qingxie seldom heard Yunwu's pitiful tone, so he looked at her more. Little thing, there is nothing really free in the world. The dragon was lying on his back on the brocade couch, his black hair curling out like a jade face. Under the light, his face was very delicate and charming, and it was like the evil gods coming out of the painting. Yunwoo was watched by his starry eyes. For a moment, he was bewitched and couldn't move his eyes. "Little thing, are you obsessed with your husband?" Long Qingxia leans close to Yunwoo. Her index finger picks up her jaw and appreciates Yunwoo's expression. Cloud Dance's face turns cold, Pa claps the hand of Dragon Qingxia, and then pushes him back to the brocade couch. "I'm going to have a rest. Don't make trouble." What Hong Yang prepared for them was a suite inside and outside. In such a place as Furong Building, this kind of room is hard to find. Yunwoo takes the lead and enters the inner room by himself. He also hangs the door bolt to prevent the dragon and evil spirits. Long Qingxia, who was pushed down on the brocade couch, heard the sound of Cloud dancing hanging the bolt on the door, and slightly squinted at the door with some light. This little thing, from the beginning of insisting on entering Xiaoyao Town, is very wrong. What is it hiding from him? In the inner room separated by one door, Yunwoo seized the time to sink into the sea of consciousness and entered the Hall of Chaos. Black Ao is sitting under the fairy fruit tree in a daze, see Cloud Dance to come, also have no reaction. Cloud Dance looked at the fairy fruit tree that had grown a dense crown and said in amazement, "How can this tree grow so fast?" Hayo looked up at the green color on his head. All the anger here is given to it. If it's not fast, it's strange. Cloud Dance also felt reasonable after listening to it. In addition, it was more anxious now, so it didn't continue to worry about it. "Hayo, I've bought all the herbs you said." Hayo takes the medicinal materials from Yunwoo and points to the outside world. "I'm not afraid that man outside will find me?" Yunwoo is really worried about this, because Hayo's alchemy needs to come out of Chaos Hall. If Long Qingxia knows about Hayo, there may be some trouble. "You should have a way to hide your tracks?" "Yes, but I don't want to." "Why do you want to hide from a mere human?" Black proud of face, proud of negative hand and stand, posture in some arrogant meaning. Cloud Dance long sigh, to the black way, "Do you want me to use master-servant contract?" Black Ao's face is slightly stiff, even if it's black, Cloud Dance can feel it, his face seems to be worse. Hayo checked the herbs one by one. It seems that he is not reconciled to the contract between master and servant. "I'll find a quiet place in Xiaoyao Town and come back early tomorrow morning." With that, Hayo flicked a wisp of black smoke around Yunwoo's wrist. The smoke rubbed around Yunwoo's wrist happily for several times. Finally, it disappeared under her skin, leaving only a small black spot on the inside of her wrist. "With this, I know everything that happens to you. If there's a big danger, I'll get there if I cut the fog bead on the inside of my wrist." Cloud Dance in the heart slightly a warm, Black Ao is really her safety to hang up, just a short night, have to do these precautions. However, Yunwoo doesn't know that her cold heart has been warmed by others many times since she came to this strange world, and she also has a return of gratitude. However, she may not find that the man who has been playing around her is actually a man who can lay down his life for her. But her attitude to him seems to have been in the current model of simulated ambivalence from the beginning. You advance and I retreat, you attack and I defend. Seemingly, it seems that there has never been a real intersection of hearts and feelings. Yunwoo has always thought that if she has no heart, how can she be in love? In fact, maybe Yunwoo doesn't know that she can repay kindness and revenge for anyone. Can only for this man, is regardless of enmity, since I know him, a pair of heartless, seemingly no love to receive, but also silently bear his good. This kind of emotional world? Who can understand? To be honest, Lien Yunwoo herself is still in a state of ignorance. One person and one shadow leave Chaos Hall. After coming out, Yunwoo first took a look at the door bolt to make sure that Long Qingxia had not come in, and then he was relieved. She lowered her voice and asked Hayo, "Where are you going to make medicine?" Hayo pushed open the window and looked around. Finally, he pointed to the southeast direction and nodded to Yunwoo. Cloud danced toward there to see one eye. Don't know is Black Ao specially point out of reason, she always feel that the location of the breath let a person feel very comfortable. Hayo pressed the fog bead on the inside of Yunwoo's wrist with his fingertips. Then, the whole person turned into a black fog and melted into the night. Yunwoo looks at the southeast direction uneasily. After entering Xiaoyao town, there are so many things. I don't know if I can spend the night peacefully. The door was easily pushed open from the outside, and the bolt fell to the ground, which obviously had no effect on the people outside. Little thing, who are you talking to? Cloud Dance turns back to see to Long Qingxie, frown away. You how don't knock on the door to come in? Long Qingxie looked thoughtfully at the open window. After a long time, he just laughed. Little thing, you haven't answered me. Who were you talking to just now? Cloud Dance calmed down, face not red, breathless way. I can talk to who, Furong building so noisy, you hear wrong? Long Qingxie's sharp eyes fell on Yunwoo's face with a smile. Every minute, every inch, he swept the expression on her face carefully. Just when Yunwoo thought that Long Qingxie would continue to ask, he suddenly relaxed. That's right. Maybe I heard it wrong from my husband. Long Qingxie walks to the bedside and looks southeast. There are so many things to worry about today, little thing. Let's go to enjoy the moon with my husband. When Yunwoo looked southeast from Long Qingxie, he was very upset. Now when he heard that he was going out, he knew that he didn't give up at all. Instead, he wanted to go to Hayo himself. Cloud Dance, in the heart of a few ideas, quickly turned, finally decided to deal with. I don't need to watch the moon. I still want to go back and see Dragon 3. I don't think there will be anything else tonight. Long Qingxie's lips moved, as if he wanted to say something, but he didn't say it in the end. Well, being husband is always your favorite. You can go wherever you want. His face was still wearing the familiar evil smile of Cloud Dance. But the eyes always make Yunwoo feel gloomy, as if the mountain rain is coming. Downstairs is still in turmoil. Dragon Qing Evil and Cloud Dance just opened the door. Cloud Dance was flushed from the bloody gas. Choked, can't help but frown back a step. It's the dragon's evil spirit. It doesn't adapt to this kind of breath. Cloud Dance even has an illusion. Dragon pour evil, like from instinct, like this strong smell of blood, encounter blood, the whole body exudes a strange infiltration of evil cold. When they went downstairs, they saw Hong Yang sitting on an empty table with an abacus, happily calculating something. Hong Yang watched them go downstairs, took out a brocade box from her sleeve and threw it to Long Qingxie. Long Xiao, this is what you want. When you come back to my small place next time, remember to take care of the business of my treasure pavilion. Long Qingxie said with interest, you are still the first one who expects me to appear for the second time. Hong Yang just laughed and waved to them. She didn't pay much attention to the leader of Longa, the richest man in the Three Kingdoms. Cloud Dance thinks Long Qingxie for Hong Yang is really just a person who helped her to avenge her blood. Originally said to go to see the Dragon 3, but also just Cloud Dance a pretext. There are Hongling and Xiahongsh on the back of the flying beast. In fact, they are not good looking. However, when Yunwoo and Long Qingxie stand outside Xiaoyao town and see the clean and empty sky night scene, Yunwoo frowns. Two flying beasts are gone? The Cloud dances the eye to sweep around the empty space, but how all can't find any trace of the flying beast. The connection with Hongling still exists, but there is no reaction from Hongling. This is really strange. What's going on? Long Qingxie came over lazily, didn't shrug his shoulders and said, maybe the flying beast flew away. What do you mean, the flying beast flew away? Cloud Dance frowns at that dragon to pour evil, see his that a pair of indifferent expression, to tell the truth, heart a evil fire comes up, wanna be angry impulse. Long Qingxie was still lazy, but his eyes were sharp and staring at her. Little thing, should you answer my question before I answer your question? Why lie to me? Long Qingxie pinched Yunwoo's jaw and said with a smile, do you really think I'm too stupid to distinguish between the noise coming from the room and the noise outside? Cloud Dance looks at the eyes of Dragon Qingxie, and her heart beats fast without control. Yes, Long Qingxie has been so harmless in front of her recently that she has forgotten the other side of this man. Yunwoo was not willing to admit defeat, but he made her angry. Long Qingxie, you haven't made it clear. There's no relationship between you and me that we have to explain everything. In a word, completely angered a man. The dragon's evil eyes flashed and looked at the clouds like anger and interest. Little thing, you can feel my temper clearly, and begin to know how to put aside the cruel words. He loves Cloud Dance, which is cruel and resolute, but he can't stand her lying to him. After all, when he knew she was lying. I'm not interested in your temper. Yunwoo doesn't want to quarrel with him, subconsciously wants to turn around and leave. Dragon Qing evil swept one eye Cloud Dance of action, Mao color more deep down. Little thing, as long as you tell the truth now, I can take it as if nothing happened. The truth? Why should she tell him all about herself before she can tell the truth? What about him? From the beginning to now, she knew nothing about him except his two identities. He concealed her, but she was no less than her. Why is this man so strong to ask her? Believe it or not. Yunwoo was a little annoyed and then turned to leave. Can just walk a step, was stopped by the man. Obedient, answered me first. Cloud Dance raised Mao to see that already completely cold the man of the face. I returned to don't answer to have so important? Then you may fail. After that, Yunwoo wanted to push away the hand that blocked her. But as soon as he touched it, he was pulled by his backhand. Yunwoo was also a subconscious action. He caught her alive with his backhand, but he was so quick that he grabbed her with his backhand. How did this scene happen? Maybe in a flash. Long Qingxia's hand is clasped in Yunwoo's throat. With a little effort, Yunwoo's life can be cut off. Good, answer me. Is an answer really that important? Looking at this familiar and strange dragon, I don't know why, the heart of Cloud Dance suddenly filled with sadness. There is a kind of sadness when the last life was betrayed. Sure enough, no one in the world could believe it except herself. Even if the man who sticks to her all day and protects her everywhere, what he wants is nothing but a obedient possession. As long as he is out of his control, isn't he going to solve this mistake now? Think of here, Cloud Dance heart seems in an instant, a nameless fire, with hate. It seems to take a full life, the kind of early betrayal of the pain and heartache. No longer half hesitated, the metal light of the space bracelet flashed on her wrist, and a fine sword appeared in her hand. Long Qingxia looks at the thin sword in Yunwoo's hand with a complicated look. Little thing, you are so cruel. How can you deal with Wei Fu with the sword you gave him? Cloud Dance eyes at this time with the inexplicable vicissitudes of grief, look cold Wei. With this to send you on the road, is not the most appropriate? Before the words were heard, Yunwoo injected the fighting spirit of flame into the sword body. The thin sword was like a burning fire wrapped in a layer. With the smell of scorched air, it attacked the dragon fiercely. However, in the next second, all the hatred and grief in Yunwoo's heart were dispelled. Fundus is that incomparable consternation, Zheng Lung looking at the man in front of him. I saw that the dragon was not fighting back or avoiding. He took the sword. Are you crazy? In shock, Yunwoo draws the sword with his backhand, but brings more blood from the wound of dragon's evil spirit. The bright red splashes on Yunwoo's face, and the hot temperature makes Yunwoo feel at a loss. Long Qingxia's cold face had softened at this time. He chuckled and looked at the blood hole on his shoulder. I just want to see if you really have the heart to fight for my husband. Long Qingxia rubbed his hand against the wound and sent the red blood from his fingertips to his mouth. It looked like a demon born from blood-sucking. In fact, he didn't really force her to answer that question. He forced her to be the real one, the one who has been hiding in the deepest part. It turns out that what he guessed was right, her heart. I'm hurt. Just that moment, he read from her eyes the hatred, sadness, pain, and disappointment. Those not all from him, but from the bottom of her heart inspired. Who is the one who made her so sad? At this moment, the pain is not the wound on the shoulder, but the feeling of needling. It's very uncomfortable. He's jealous, really jealous. Of course, at this time, Yunwoo didn't know what was in his heart, and even less did he know that he just wanted to take the opportunity to force out the deepest side of her heart. On the contrary, Yunwoo's mood was so complicated that he could not wield his sword again. Her right hand swayed, and the flame on the sword disappeared quickly. A touch of worry flashed through his eyes. He looked at the wound of Yanlong Qingxia's shoulder, but he didn't bandage it. Anyway, his healing speed was several times faster than that of ordinary people. Just let it heal itself. How tired are you to carry so much and hide so deeply? Dragon Ching Xie stares at Cloud Dance of Say. Cloud Dance sign lung for a while, lift Mao to see toward him. What does he mean by that? Dragon Ching evil at this time, but suddenly stretched out his hand to hold her, regardless of her push resistance, is so strong to hold her tightly in his arms. Hold tightly, however, it is different from the past that is not serious. This time, he didn't move much, just hugged her tightly and said nothing. Yunwu wanted to push him away, but in his spacious and stable arms, he slowly calmed down, as if his heart had an unprecedented stability. How long did it take? I don't know. I only know that a word from a man broke the peace. Little thing, your EQ is so low, how can I rest assured? Remember, in the future, I can't take a fancy to other men except for my husband, but I will be jealous, and when I get jealous, the consequences will be very serious. Now Yunwu can't tell exactly what it feels like. It's a bit chaotic, and it's a bit chaotic at the bottom of her heart. However, this man is really a madman. 1 second ago, he pinched her neck to kill her. The next second, he got a sword from her and held her for a long time, saying such a strange thing. What's her low EQ? She's natural. She's very good at IQ, however. I really don't have the strength to care about those with him at this time. Come on, let's get back to business. Where did you get them from, Hongling? Long Qingxie regained his true colors and looked at the knight. He innocently said to Yunwu, "When did you say that you hid that waist for your husband?" When Yunwu heard this, she almost vomited blood with anger. I can't help but point my sword at the dragon and ask, Don't you know? Don't you know you just played hard with me? How white did she get a sword? Long Qingxie wrote 4 words on his face. I am innocent. Wei Fu said that you talked with others in the room. You misunderstood it. Is that so? But she remembers that he didn't say that at first. Cloud Dance also don't want to talk nonsense with him from the beginning, and put the thin sword into the space bracelet. Hongling is still on it, but I can feel it, but I can't contact it. Something must have happened. Do you know where it is? I'm in a bad mood for my husband. I don't know. Long Qingxie intentionally or unintentionally shakes the shoulder wound in front of Yunwu's eyes, making it clear that he doesn't intend to cooperate. Yunwu bit his lower lip and squinted at his black eyes. He couldn't help slapping his shoulder wound. In that case, I'll find it myself. You can walk slowly and enjoy the moon to cultivate your good mood. Think that the wound exposed to her, she will remorse heartache? Funny. I don't want to know who is the first to meddle in her business, and who is the first to pinch her neck and threaten her. She won't do it. He asked for it. It's useless for her to have such a bitter plan. Long Qingxie sighed as if helpless. He turned his hand and grabbed Yunwu's wrist to carry her into his arms. Little thing, you can always be tender and affectionate to others. Why are you so merciless to your husband? From the beginning, Yunwu didn't know how many conflicts he had with him. It's really sad to think about it. Long Qingxie thought in his heart, why don't you kill the Dragon 3 tonight, so as to save him more prevention all the way? Cloud Dance pondered for a while, but did not give face, because others do not have your thick skin. Is that wonderful? I don't think so. However, looking at the man in front of him, he seemed to have heard something praising him. He was so beautiful that his mouth cracked to his ears. Is that exaggeration? However, in the silence that Yunwu couldn't understand, the corner of his eye suddenly came and saw some shining things not far away. Yunwu immediately broke away from Kailong and picked up those things. It turned out to be 3 black pearls. Well, this thing is. Long Qingxie wants to talk and stop, but he doesn't talk anymore. Seeing this, Yunwu knew who it was. She glanced at the dragon and narrowed her eyes. If I remember correctly, it's from your beautiful maid. Long Qingxie looks at those black pearls and finds a jade plate from a cold iron ring in his hand. Yunwu finds out that the ring of dragon's evil spirit is just like her bracelet, and it's also a storage of hidden space. However, there seems to be something special about his ring. To be specific, she doesn't quite understand it. Although I abandoned her martial arts, she still stayed with me for 10 years and wanted to save her life. It seems that she really doesn't want to settle down. Long Qingxia seemed to explain to Yunwu. After that, he crushed the jade plate into powder with a little effort. Slender 5 fingers open, broken jade powder scattered with the night wind, leaving no trace. At the same time, Xiaoyao Town came a very sad scream, even if it is so far away, still can make people a little chilly. Dragon inclined evil hook lip a smile, I ground some bloodthirsty, found. Little thing, let's go. Go and ask her where you've got that rubbish. When Yunwu and Longqingxi follow the scream, they find out how miserable Rollin is now. There are many brothels in Xiaoyao Town, but they are also divided into 3, 6, and 9 grades. It's like Furong Building. Naturally, a lot of benefactors come to the door with money. However, with Furong Building, there are also those dilapidated places that can only be used by people of the same rank and file. And Rollin is in such a place where even the house is dilapidated and seems to fall down at any time, and the road is so dirty that it's hard for people to get off. The bustard with heavy makeup and fat body is waving inferior silk scarves, and looks like a ghost at night. Oh, young master, we can't bring our own women here. Long Qingxia throws an ingot of silver, which happens to be stuck in the procuress's mouth. I want to find the woman who just screamed and bring her to me. The procuress quickly took out the silver from her mouth and said with a smile, Yes, please wait a moment. In the dark building, several rude-looking men are teasing and drinking with Huanyang. Seeing the dragon and cloud dance coming in, they can't help chasing them. For nothing else, it's because Long Qingxia, who doesn't wear a mask, is too handsome. His appearance, even among women, is rare. These men are used to seeing the ordinary low-grade Huanyang. At this time, when they see the dragon's evil, can anyone not look at it? Long Qingxia made those people's naked eyes very upset. He picked up a few chopsticks on the table and threw them out with his backhand. All of a sudden, there was a howl in the hall. The men staring at the dragon were all blinded. Seeing this scene, the flower girls were so scared that they left the guests and ran away alone. In Xiaoyao Town, one thinks about how to save his life in advance, which is the only survival secret. When Madame let people carry Rollin out, she saw the chaotic scene in the hall, scolded a few words, and let the boy throw people out. Anyway, they are all coolies. When they die, and no one will trouble her. Young master, I brought you the person you are looking for. She's just like this. I'm afraid she can't serve you anymore? Cloud dance along the pimp's fat hand to see past. Just see if Lin now of miserable appearance. The clothes on her body were obviously put on carelessly. They didn't fit at all, and even the belts were tied in a mess. As for you Rollin's beautiful face, it's probably related to Long Qingxia's crushing jade. At this time is actually a piece of flesh and blood blur, as if someone had been forced to use something to dissolve the skin a little bit. Long Qingxia throws a ding of silver to the procuress again and drives her out. Rollin's face was bloody, but her eyes were the same. When she saw the dragon coming, she was so frightened that she almost opened her eyes. Long Qingxia went to the place 3 steps away from Rollin, then he frowned and stopped. Come on, where did you get that trash? Now, in the past, I will give you a pleasure. If you dare to do anything else, you should be very clear about the punishment of the Dragon Pavilion against the traitor. Although Longa is in the eyes of the public, it has gathered the commercial wealth of the 3 kingdoms and belongs to commerce. However, the underground development of the Dragon Pavilion is numerous, and in order to suppress some rebellious behavior, everyone who enters the inner layer of the Dragon Pavilion will be planted with a special jade pendant. As for the effect, if you look at Rollin at this time, you can see that once the jade pendant is crushed by the master and injected with toxin, there is no medicine to solve it. Soon after, you will be alive and feel your whole body festering and melting, and become the pain of bones. Life is not like death. Rollin vaguely uttered a few syllables in her throat, but she could not express anything except fear. Cloud Dance looks at the cruel means of dragon's evil. To tell the truth, it's cruel. Even a killer who steps on the dead feels cruel. It's conceivable. Yunwu found that Rollin's vocal cords seemed to have been damaged, and frowned at Longqingxi. Even if she said this, she couldn't hear what it was. Long Qingxie is not worried about this. Well, I wish I could understand. With that, he cut his fingertips with his fingernails and lowered a drop of blood on Roland's forehead, merging with Roland's flesh and blood. Say, where did you get that trash? Roland repeated a few syllables sadly. Obviously she was determined to die, and didn't want to bear the pain of feeling herself turned into bones. Perhaps she had been in Longa for 10 years. She knew the punishment of Longa best, which made her really afraid. After hearing this, Long Qingxie said to Roland, I originally saved your life. Unexpectedly, you want to die so much. Roland's eyes turned, and there were tears oozing out, but she soon melted into the continuous flow of blood, leaving no trace. People are hidden by her. As for punishment, you come, I'm too lazy to dirty my hands. With that, the dragon turns and leaves without mercy. Looking at the departing dragon Qingxie, Roland's shrill sobbing sound is a tragedy. Cloud Dance saw a not-adult form of Roland, really don't know should sympathize with her or pity her. But there must be something hateful about poor people. Maybe it's kindness to kill her at this time. The thin sword appears in the palm, and the backhand, a convenient sword, pierces Roland's throat. Stop the sword. Yunwu winds the flame around the body of the thin sword, evaporates the blood on it, and puts it away again. Where are the people? Long Qingxie looks at the cloud dancing, and then he knows what she is thinking. This little thing is heartless. What if he killed all the people in the world before he really got her heart? She is so heartless and low EQ, really feel the road ahead, hard ah. But in that way, other men's chances are not big, so it's good. At this time, Long Qingxie suddenly looked at the cloud dance with a strange smile. She said she sent the flying beast to the southeast of Xiaoyao town. Roland was made useless by him, and suffered all kinds of humiliation in Xiaoyao town. She had exhausted her strength to guide the flying beast to the southeast. It's just that they have a lot to do with this position tonight. Cloud Dance is suspicious of looking at Dragon Qing evil, want to see he is really from if Lin Mouth asked direction? Or, just to go southeast to find Hayo? This man has been thinking about, but also always thoughtful, do he feel the existence of black pride? Dragon Qing evil see Cloud Dance doubt, not happy way. Little thing, if you don't believe, then we'll go back to Farong building, maybe tomorrow morning, those flying beasts will fly back. Yunwu takes back her sight, turns around and goes out. Let's go and have a look. Even in the southeast, you don't have to meet black pride. With the ability of black pride, it should not be difficult to hide the trace. Xiaoyao town was not a big place, and both of them were very fast. In a short time, they arrived at the place where the flying beast stayed in Roland's mouth. In front of me is a deserted mansion. With the bleak moonlight tonight, I feel a bit haunted. Is it really here? The clouds danced around, not to mention the winged birds. They didn't even see a feather. Long Qingxie was not in a hurry and said, the flying beast needs human guidance to move. When it is suddenly brought here, it is hard to avoid panic. However, it won't run too far. It will be found soon. Let's look for it separately. It's faster. Long Qingxie looks at Yunwu and reaches for her side face. Her cold fingertips give Yunwu the illusion that the blade is touching her skin. Little things don't play tricks. Let's look for them together. I really don't think he can see that since he entered this area, this little thing has been a little restless. They walked into the red lacquer gate with only half a leaf left. The red lacquer on the door fell off. When Yunwu stepped on it, he could hear the crisp sound of gotcha gotcha. There is something strange in Yunwu's heart. How can people in Xiaoyao town let such a big house be empty here? The whole town says it's haunted. Do you dare to live here? What dare not? I am not afraid of people, but also afraid of illusory ghosts. Cloud Dance despises the theory of gods and ghosts. In this world, how can there be anything more terrible than the unpredictable human heart? Well, I like you little thing, so bold. Dragon Qing evil smell speech smile voice, regardless of Cloud Dance struggle, holding her to go inside. Cloud Dance is very awkward by him, so close, she has no way to try to feel the black proud position through the master-servant contract. In case Hayo is discovered by Long Qingxie at the critical moment of refining medicine, What can be done? Before Yunwoo, he was saved by Hyo in the event of the sorcerer's holy fire. He was always worried about his safety at this time. Dragon 3. Dragon 3, where are you? Yunwoo has nothing to do, so she has no choice but to do two things. I hope this kind of shouting can make Hyo give early warning. Long Qingxia held Cloud Dance's arm tightly and asked, "Little thing in my husband's arms, calling other men, do you want to be angry to death for my husband?" Cloud Dance stares at him. "If you are really so easy to be angry, I really want to thank God." At that time, it's not only her worry, but also Long San and Hyo are safe. Long Qingxia smacked his tongue and said, "I knew you had no conscience. I should have taken you around a few more times. How could I have brought you directly to find that waste?" Cloud Dance looks at the past along the dragon's evil eyes, and sees two winged birds and flying beasts flapping their wings slowly in mid-air, with a leisurely posture. Cloud Dance heart a loose, toward the direction of the flying beast called, "Master, come and save Hongling." In the moonlight, a fat-headed flower bud monster appeared on the strong neck of the winged bird. Rao Shi, a flying beast who can bear many loads, was bowed by Hongling and gave out a birdsong. Yunwoo is amused by Hongling's stupid appearance. "I thought it was so powerful that I couldn't get down in the sky. I had to wait for someone to save it." "All right, I'll be right there." Cloud Dance should be turn head to see to Long Qingxia. No way, she can't drive and control the winged bird, so she will let the dragon go to work. Long Qingxia thought that he was reduced to such errands and pinched Yunwoo's face. "Little thing, wait here for your husband. Don't run around. If your husband finds you running around, you know the consequences." Cloud Dance waved to open the hand of Dragon Qing Evil, urge away. "You have not finished, still not quick to take back the winged bird." Long Qingxia endured the qi all night, and finally broke out in the attitude of Cloud Dance. He reached out to hold the back of Yunwoo's head, pressed his upper body down, and bit Yunwoo's lips. This gnawing action has nothing to do with kissing. As soon as the Cloud Dance's lips hurt, it can be seen that Long Qingxia has straightened up. On the other side's beautiful thin lips, there are blood beads from her lips. "Do you belong to a dog?" Bite at any moment. Cloud Dance backhand wiped on the lip. That prickly feeling lets her repeatedly frown. Long Qingxia laughed and threatened, "Little thing, don't you want your tongue?" As soon as Yunwoo was about to retort, Long Qingxia flicked her forehead, and then went to control two flying beasts to land at low altitude. Time is pressing. Cloud Dance has to swallow this tone, use master-servant contract, and also in the southeast of Black AO mutual induction. As soon as the power of the contract was opened, Yunwoo was startled by the strong negative atmosphere from the Black Proud side. "Black Pride? Are you okay?" Black Proud silent for a while, just suppress voice to return to the words of Cloud Dance. "It's okay. If it's difficult to refine medicine, don't be too brave. I'm fine." Cloud Dance listened to Black Proud voice more and more irritable, in the heart also more and more worried. "Hyo, after we leave, you can follow us. Find a time to return to Chaos Palace. There's nothing wrong with you. Don't you understand? After the medicine is refined, I will go back." Cloud Dance Lung, she has been for a long time, did not hear Black AO so talk with her. Recently, even if Hyo uses "my seat" to call himself, he is mostly joking. He has never used such a tone that he does not look at her in his eyes. "I'll go first. You should be safe." Yunwoo doesn't have the habit of sticking her hot face to other people's cold buttocks. Since Hyo is ungrateful, she doesn't have to say much. Long Qingxia controls the two flying beasts to land in the open space outside the wasteland, and then comes back to lead the Cloud to Dance out. "What's the matter, little thing, with such a bad face?" Cloud Dance calm face way, "Probably is to see you not agreeable." Long Qingxia choked on this sentence and almost lost his smile. He pointed to the wound on his shoulder. "Little thing, is my husband the one who is most wronged tonight?" Cloud Dance looked at it at will, but found that the blood of Dragon's wound was wet, and it didn't heal much. "What happened to your wound?" Long Qingxia said, "This is the wound you left for my husband. Of course, I don't want it to heal and disappear too soon." Cloud Dance looks at the dragon's evil eyes. It's really depressed and speechless, or it's already reached the point of helplessness. Glibman. After Yunwu came out of the deserted house, Long Qingxie put a calm face on his wound. In the moonlight, the dragon looks at his hand full of blood and mumbles to himself. Tut, I really shouldn't have come to find this tired little thing without taking care of my wound. It seems that the situation was as serious as he expected. Long Qingxie sighs in secret, but he doesn't intend to let Yunwu know about him. Now he just hopes that there won't be too many festivals on the way. With Roland's lesson of taking away flying beasts, Yunwu didn't let Hongling Longsun leave them alone in the wild this time. Although let Hongling and Little Red Snake stay, in name is to protect Dragon 3, but the fact is, Hongling's such a gesture is really shameful. What's more, if they are in the air, if anything happens, one in the sky and the other on the ground, there is still nothing to do. Is it difficult to make Hongling jump down and fall into the mud? So, they didn't go back to Xiaoyao town. They decided to rest on the back of the flying bird for one night. Back out of Happy Town. Long Qingxie suddenly said to the cloud, "Little thing, in order not to murder your husband tonight, my husband still won't sit with you in the same flying beast." Yunwu was quite surprised by the Long Qingxie statement. He felt that his behavior was abnormal and strange. However, Long Qingxie took the initiative to ask them to stay apart. For her, there was no reason to refuse. It was very good. Two people this time tossed down already arrived after midnight. The bright moon is hanging high in the sky, and there are many stars. The clear and cloudless night sky is like a piece of velvet cloth flooding in the black, carrying the shining stars all over the sky, which makes people not see enough. Long San didn't know whether he had slept much before or was shocked by the changes tonight. When Yunwu saw him, Long San was very energetic and couldn't see any difficulty. Dragon 3 sorry to Cloud Dance way. Cloud Dance, I give you trouble again. Cloud Dance calm way. Don't say those wound how, now give you change dressing, or wait until tomorrow? Long San hasn't spoken yet, and Hongling just interrupts. Master, this man is useless. When the winged bird flies, he is scared to cry. Long San looks at Hongling with embarrassed eyes and can't say anything to refute. Cloud Dance's eyes flashed and looked at Dragon 3. When the winged bird flies, will Dragon 3 almost cry? It's not like that Dragon 3, who is calm all the time, will react. However, this actually answers the doubts that always exist in her heart. Dragon 3 found the Cloud Dance of ecstasy, hasty way. I have never sat winged bird, some not used to, may be afraid of high. Yes, some people are naturally afraid of heights. Cloud Dance convergence from the look, pour a glass of water, a little bit of feed to the Dragon 3 drink. You're so hurt and scared. Have a good rest. When Long San goes to sleep, all the smiles on Yunwu's face disappear. On the other flying beast, Long Qingxie unties his robe and looks at his bloody shoulder, feeling helpless. This little thing is a little too hard. Long Qingxie's mouth is chanting like this. He takes out a bottle of healing medicine from the space ring made by Han Tai and sprinkles it on the wound. The white powder sprinkled on the wound quickly reacted with the naked flesh and blood and made a stabbing sound. Long Qingxie looked at the tragic situation of the wound, as if it was just someone else's shoulder, someone else's wound. The action of applying the medicine was repeated 3 times. Until the wound began to heal, Long Qingxie put the medicine bottle away. Under the moonlight, you can clearly see his white and beautiful side face with a layer of cold sweat. Obviously, the healing method just now seems to be too heavy for him now. Long Qingxie took a look at the Cloud Dance not far away. Finally, he took off his strength and lay on his back and fell asleep. The sky is just shining. A touch of black fog rose from the southeast of Xiaoyao town and floated towards the direction of their night stay. When Hayo left the deserted house, Yunwu felt it. The black fog solidified for a moment in front of Yunwu, but finally gave up condensing human form, leaving only a few bottles of medicine, and entered the chaos hall of Yunwu in the form of fog. Cloud Dance looks at those medicine bottles and hears the voice of black pride coming from Chaos Hall. The blue cork is for the treatment of soul damage, and the red cork is for the treatment of trauma. For the treatment of trauma, melt one pill with a basin of water at a time, and then apply it evenly on the wound of the whole body. Cloud Dance can hear, Black Proud voice is still tight, but how can't figure out, this guy in the end what crazy. Hi-oh, what's the matter with you? You can tell me what's the matter. If you go on like this, I can only talk to you as little as possible. Black Proud quiet, finally quite angry to say the reason. As the master of this seat, although it's temporary, how can you let a human man bully you so easily? Where is my face? Cloud Dance this just understand, Black AO yesterday mostly saw the dragon Ching evil bite her that scene, no wonder Black AO suddenly so strange last night. Hi-oh, there are some things you may not understand. But before I could compete with the dragon, I couldn't get along with him in meaningless places. I was just making trouble for myself. You can let me teach him a lesson. Hi-oh is still not satisfied with this answer. He is now the servant of Yunwoo, but Yunwoo can be bullied by a human at will. What's the difference between this and beating him in the face? Yunwoo's insistence on Hi-oh is not amusing. Well, do you know the information of the Samurai Academy? Do you know the latest news on this continent? Besides refining medicine, can you help me to practice? This time, Hi-oh has been silent for the longest time. For a long time, Yunwoo has never heard any answer from Hi-oh. Yunwoo thinks that her later words may hurt Hi-oh's self-esteem. Looking at the medicine bottle suddenly appeared on the table, Hongling leaned over greedily and wanted to taste it. Hongling, you can't eat this. Yunwoo slaps Hongling's big mouth open and saves Hi-oh's medicine. Red Ling depressed with dissatisfaction however, but still twist the butt to find the little red snake to play. Cloud Dance, what's that? Cloud Dance turns around and wakes up the dragon 3 pairs of line of sight, says with a smile, in the Xiaoyao town found some healing medicine, for you to use. Really? Great, Yunwoo, thank you. Long San was also very happy to hear this news. It seems that he was really tortured by the burn that covered his whole body. Playing with the medicine bottle in his hand for a while, Yunwoo looked up at Long San with expectation in his eyes. Long San, I heard the person who gave me the medicine say that this medicine can remove scar and generate muscle. All the burns on your body are caused again this time. If you use this medicine, you should be able to recover a lot. At that time, I can see if you really look the same as you described to meleeing on the bed. Long San's eyes trembled, and his fundus showed a little unnatural. Yes? You're looking forward to seeing what I look like? Yunwoo said with real feelings, of course, I'm looking forward to it. Have you forgotten that we are unmarried? Long San's eyes were a little chatty. He tried to say to Yunwoo, in fact, I can't remember what I look like. You know, I've ruined my appearance very early. At that time, I talked about it with you. I just tried to imagine it with my childhood. Hearing this, Yunwoo put the medicine bottle on the table. Click, that move, let Long 3 eyes all follow uneasily shake for a while. Well, I just want to see what you look like. Cloud Dance words pause, in the dragon 3 inexplicably began to nervous mood, said the second half sentence. Only in this way can I know who will be pursued in the future. Long San's body trembled and his eyes were confused. He looked at the cloud and said, what do you mean? What are you after? Finally, Yunwoo raised his mouth slightly, grabbed the cloth towel on the table, and casually wiped his hand. It's true that the fake is fake, but the fake is fake after all. There are many flaws in how to act like it. Wen Yan's Dragon 3, at this time finally not quite calm. Cloud Dance, what do you say? Fake. I'm the real Dragon 3. A white shadow in that instant passed by, see that white towel directly to his that behind of words to interrupt. Incidentally, the other party's mouth teeth all pulled out several. The snow-white teeth mixed with saliva and blood were swept to the ground with cloth like clouds, like a few isolated small stones. My name, you don't deserve to call. Cloud Dance, expressionless face. Although at the beginning, Yunwoo didn't pay much attention to it, but when she came into contact with some small details later, Yunwoo had been puzzled for a long time, but she still lacked a reasonable evidence. Long San has never described his past appearance to Yunwoo, and the biggest point is that since he identified her as a friend, he almost called her by her name, but all of them called her friends. But this, Dragon 3, from the beginning to the end, does play a disfigured waist image very well, but it has revealed flaws in the title. The most important thing is that she knows something about the real character of Dragon 3. The real Dragon 3, how can because of role in that kind of person's small means, be scared, flustered, let alone almost cry out? After several teeth were knocked out, the fake Dragon 3 lying on the bed howled, obviously in great pain. But another winged bird came near, and Long Qingxie followed the wings of the two winged birds and came here as light as walking on the ground. After seeing Yunwu's cold and calm face and the miserable appearance of Dragon 3, Long Qingxie's mood is obviously better. Little thing, you finally see that this guy is a fake? Smell speech, Cloud Dance eyes slightly narrow up, however, but also think of Dragon Qing evil since catch-up seems to have been intentionally or unintentionally to her to say those hints. It turns out that he already knew the inside story? How did you know he was fake? 99% of this was written by the Queen, but how could the Queen's plan be known? Even if he has a good eye, it's strange, isn't it? Long Qingxie seems to see Yunwu's doubts and conjectures. He raises his mouth and knocks Yunwu's forehead. You little thing, you speak ill of your husband in your heart, don't you? It's not that you insist that the trash is your friend. I want to see what kind of person your friend is. I didn't expect that I didn't send him to hell. Instead, I saved his life. Yunwu's heart has always thought that the real Dragon 3 might be more or less dangerous since he began to have doubts about the fake Dragon 3. I didn't expect that I could hear such a magic turn from the mouth of Long Qingxie. Did he save Long San? With the attitude of Long Qingxie that he would kill the man around her every day, would he also have a sudden kindness? This seems to be a little incredible and a little incredible. In the face of Cloud Dance's surprise expression, Long Qingxie was in a bad mood. Don't look at Wei Fu like that. If it wasn't for the trouble I didn't want to do for my husband, I would really like to kill him. Cloud Dance smell speech, also put in the heart that surprised guests put away. Forget it, this man's temper is very strange, uncertain, who knows what he is thinking. Cloud Dance glanced at the man and asked, "Where is Dragon 3 now? Still in the Imperial City?" If he is still in the Imperial City, he will die 10 or 8 more times. Long Qingxie said lazily. However, it's a fact. It's impossible for the Queen to live in the Imperial City safely. Come on, don't play the game. Let's go. Where have you been? Long Qingxie's eyes flow, and he sits beside Yunwu. With his long arm extended, he holds Yunwu in his arms. He laughs and asks, "What compensation can I give to Wei Fu after I tell you?" Cloud Dance turns his head and looks at him with a smile on his face. Are you itching? Do you need me to make it up to you? Then he turned his hand and pushed him away. However, she didn't know that her pushing action was just at the wound of Long Qingxie's shoulder. Dragon Qing Evil slightly frowned, without trace of side body slow for a while. Little thing, always in such a hurry. Why don't you ask the fake first to see if there is any inside information about this matter? If you satisfy your husband's curiosity, then you will be satisfied. How about that? The hint in Long Qingxie's words made Yunwu really want to slap him. However, it's obvious that the matter of taking out the dragon for evil is not at the top of the list. Yunwu also wants to know why the Queen arranged a fake Dragon 3 to make the play. Thinking about this, Yunwu turned her eyes on the fake who was cowered after her teeth were knocked off. Say for yourself, what does the Queen want to do? The fake was surprised, and some of them said, "How do you know it's the Queen?" Long Qingxie tut. Even if I didn't know before, I'm sure now. The fake looks very regretful and feels that he answers too quickly. After Cloud Dance and asked a few, that fake all clenched their teeth, a word is not going to say. In that case, Cloud Dance is not good at it. A killer who has been trained since he was a child can't get rid of the means of extorting confessions. Yunwu felt a small knife inlaid with gems from the space bracelet. It was very casual and depicted in front of the fake. Anyway, your skin is burned all over now. I'll help you cut off the rotten skin and meat. What do you think? Although the fake was afraid to shrink for a while, it still mattered, a pair of dead mouth. Very good. The cloud dances the corner of the mouth to outline, sneer in, the dagger in the hand, has directly fallen down. Ah! The scream was very bleak. See, that knife is using the slowest speed from his thigh downward direction, straight cut off the scrape. Although he was wrapped in white gauze, the knife was extremely sharp. In a short time, his flesh and blood would show, and the white bone of his thigh could be seen. Just the right amount. Cloud Dance disliked, grabbed the white cloth on the table, wiped the bloody dagger. The voice said coldly, "This first knife is just to try. It's not sharp. It seems that it's not bad. Let's start from the position of your heart socket. It must be good to see the scene of your heart beating after the flesh is scraped off." With that, the blade in Yunwoo's hand has been transferred to the position of the fake's chest, ready to cut the knife neatly. The fake almost fainted in pain, but at this time he was still scared and cried with all his strength, "Don't." The action on Cloud Dance's hand stopped. The eye ground is that cold-blooded heartless. She said, "What does the queen want to do? What tasks did she ask you to do, and why did she show me the play of the bodyguard's murderous hand?" The fake looks at the shining blade in Yunwoo's hand and her trembling eyes. The bottom of his heart is the consternation of fear. Is that the rumored waste Miss Nine? But obviously, this is not the time to think about it. What the queen wants to do, we who are subordinates don't know. The bodyguards are not acting. That's how the queen arranges them. After a pause, the fake continued, "If we can kill you, we'll all go back, and the queen will heal me. If we can't kill you, I'll continue to lurk around you as Dragon 3, and feed back all the information about you to the queen." In fact, Cloud Dance has guessed this point. However, in order to disguise the Dragon 3 lurking to her side, all his body hurt like this, the queen's heart is also quite abnormal. You are so loyal to the queen that you make yourself look like a ghost with so many lives. How can you be loyal to her? Yunwoo really can't understand these people's ideas. Can Xuelyo, such a vicious master, have these loyal dead men? The fake herd, it seems unable to accept the Cloud Dance to the queen's rebuke, excited retort. What do you know? The queen has her own plans and she is for the bright future of the world. Bright future? Yunwoo was a little disturbed by the hysterical cry of the fake. What does that mean? Said that Empress Snow Willow should also be regarded as that sorcery clan remaining blood, the ability most uncanny person? She even keeps the magic frame, but what's her purpose? Yunwoo frowned. The more she thought about it, the more she felt something was wrong. She pulled the fake from the soft couch. Make it clear. The fake suddenly chuckled for a while. The whole person seemed to be out of his mind and didn't respond to the question of Yunwoo. With a sharp twinkle in his eyes, Long Qingxia took an empty cup from the table and put it on the fake bandage. The porcelain cup, as thin as paper, fell into the muscles injured and festered by the burning fire, and made a puff sound. Suffered such treatment that just a pair of proud fake issued a sad howl, almost no voice. Long Qingxia picked up another cup and shook it in front of him with an evil smile at the corner of his mouth. Not yet. In fact, compared with blood, the method of Cloud Dance becomes softer in front of the man. Seeing this scene, I can't help raising eyebrows to men. It's a bloody monster. The fake repeatedly breathed cold air, looked at the dragon's evil eyes as if to see the devil, almost completely lost the indomitable fighting spirit. I say. Empress, she wants to rebuild the bright world in the myth. She said that she is the descendant of the ancient Protoss, and we have seen the skill of Empress. It's true. The descendants of the ancient Protoss? Yunwoo thinks that this is probably the best joke she has heard recently. A descendant of the Witch clan said that she was a descendant of the ancient Protoss, and the queen was not afraid of boasting too much. At that time, would there really be any Protoss to give her a thunderbolt? Long Qingxia also felt that these people were extremely stupid. She said she was a descendant of the Protoss, so you believe it? That fake goods and inexplicably excited said, "We have seen with our own eyes, the queen is really powerful. She can communicate with us in consciousness, she can control our thoughts and actions communication in consciousness." Controlling people's thoughts and behaviors? The queen really has some strange skills, but maybe that's the ability of the witch clan. However, Yunwoo's body is resurrected, and there is a trace of witchcraft power in his body, but he still knows nothing about the ability of the witches. If Bai Lao had not been sealed, maybe he would not be so passive as he is now? Think of here, Cloud Dance heart is more sure. Must think of a way as soon as possible, see if there is a way to lift the seal for Bai Lao. However, the first thing to be solved is the present situation. As for what the fake said, Yunwoo thought it might be just a special skill, for example, the mind control skill she learned. At the beginning, the Imperial Heart skill was a treasure of the Imperial Palace. It's no surprise that the queen could learn it. Looking at the fake so excited to protect the queen, the corner of Cloud's mouth raised with a sneer. Communication in consciousness, right? At the moment of language falling, Yunwoo's black eyes suddenly flashed, and a strange suction directly met the eyes of the fake. At that moment, the fake's eyes, which were still excited, were emptied, and his whole body could not move. Lock the soul. Although it's the first level of mind control, it's more than enough to fool this fake. However, after the fake's eyes became Muna, Yunwoo tried the second layer of mind control for the first time. Control. Close your eyes and precipitate your consciousness. Fortunately, after the bloody destruction of Yunwoo and Longqingxi, this fake's consciousness has long been in a state of panic. Therefore, Yunwoo's overbearing consciousness has successfully controlled his consciousness. However, if you want to control his behavior, Yunwoo can feel it. It's not enough. So, there is no next step. In a moment, Yunwoo opens her eyes again, and then she sees the other party looking at herself in horror. Her eyes are filled with despair that her world outlook has been completely shattered. No, it's impossible, no it won't be. The fake said over and over again in disbelief. He couldn't accept the fact. If the queen is not a descendant of the Protoss, then what is the purpose of what he did? He's a ghost now. He can't be regarded as a person at all. Cloud Dance quite indifferent looking at him. For his situation at this time, no sympathy. However, it was from him that he saw the Queen Xuelio. She was really cruel enough to do things. For such a loyal person, she could do it with her heart. This also shows that the queen even killed her, so with her temperament, she will never give up. She wants to be stronger. During this period, she must be stronger. She will never allow her to be passive one day when she meets her face to face. All of a sudden, Yunwoo felt a murmur in her mind. The murmur became stronger and stronger. She finally heard it clearly. Saint, help us, go to the temple, call the temple. This sudden sound let Cloud Dance brain severe pain up. Summon the temple? Is it the legendary place on the incomplete map? What's going on? Pain. It's too painful. I thought that forbearance would soon pass away, but then I was attacked by a burning pain, and almost didn't give Yunwoo the chance to react. In front of my eyes, it was black, and I fainted in the arms of Longqingxi. When she woke up, she found that she was lying in the arms of Longqingxi. Longqingxi touched her forehead and took a cloth to wipe the cold sweat off her forehead. Little thing, what's the matter with you? How can you suddenly faint? Yunwoo rubbed his head, and it seemed that he could still feel the residual pain before, but it was much better than before. Nothing. All of a sudden, it's just a headache. Dragon Qingxie is tiny squint eyes, fingertips hook up her jaw. Little thing, you are not good at lying. Cloud Dance white eye he, poke away his that stir up her chin hand, helpless way. I tell the truth you don't believe, that regard is, these days with you for a long time, be angry by you. However, in Yunwoo's mind at this time, she couldn't help thinking about the sentence she heard in her mind asking for help. That voice is clearly the voice of the sacred fire of the witch clan. But what happened? Why do you always ask her for help? Also, what's going on with the call temple? Is the holy fire of the witch clan in that mysterious calling temple? Although it's been a while since she got the incomplete treasure map of the summoning temple, the other 11 incomplete maps are scattered all over the place. Even if she wants to go there, she can't do anything for the time being. However, according to the records in the Dragon Scroll, one of the incomplete pictures, if there is no mistake, is in the Shenhuang Samurai Academy. And this is one of the main reasons why Cloud Dance proposed to go to Shenhuang Samurai Academy to Zhou Badian. Maybe we can ask Hayo sometime. After all, he seems to be familiar with the witch clan. Yunwu sat up from Longqingxi's arms. The necklace around her neck slipped out of her lapel. She looked at the arc and lost her mind for a moment. Do you want to ask Hayo how to wake up? As soon as this idea appeared, it was dispelled by Cloud Dance. There is only a master-servant contract between her and Hayo as mutual restriction. For some things, you'd better leave some cards for her. Only when everyone cannot figure out how many cards she has, her chances of winning will be greater and she will live longer. What's more, at the beginning, that Black AO seemed to be very angry with the witches, which made him try to wake up the witches' spirits. I don't know if he will have another twists and turns. At this time, Cloud Dance raised eyes to see a soft collapse, found that there was no one there, even the brocade was replaced with a new one. What about the fake? I was so excited that I went crazy. I threw him away from my husband. This high in the air left a disabled waist. That person must have fallen into a pile of mud. Cloud Dance listened to Dragon pour heresy, throw away a person and throw away a piece of garbage almost, for a moment also have nothing to say. However, this man has never covered up his bloody and merciless means, but even so, it can also give people a sense of taking it for granted, which is not offensive. This should be the real evil spirit of this man. Yunwu looked under the flying beast and found that they had left Xiaoyao town and were flying above the official road. Now, can you tell me where you got the real Dragon 3? Dragon Qing evil smell speech, handsome face seems to pass a trace of dissatisfaction way. You little thing, you open your eyes to ask is all other men, how can't care about for husband? Cloud Dance see his aggrieved appearance, ha ha way, when you want to die, I will also ask a sentence. Long Qingxia narrowed a pair of eyes, bowed his head in the Cloud Dance ear tip and bit it with his teeth. You heartless little thing. Yunwu was bitten by Dragon Qingxia and trembled all over. He felt a burst of heat on his face and a touch of unnatural shyness on his eyes. However, his action was faster than his head, and he kicked the dragon with one foot. Dragon Qingxia holds Cloud Dance's wrist and says with an ambiguous smile, "Tut, can't wait to flirt with her husband." Cloud Dance slowly overgod, feel he was angry, just shy and smoke away. Long Qingxia, can you stop fooling around and get down to business? Long Qingxia means to let go of Yunwu's wrists and hold her in his arms instead. No matter how Yunwu struggles, she just keeps her back against his hot chest. What's the point, isn't it the whereabouts of that rubbish? Don't worry. I'm not interested in saving people and killing them again. Wei Fu has sent someone to send him to the King Warrior Academy in advance. In time, he will be there before you. Really? Yunwu doesn't believe that Long Qingxia is so kind. Let's not say whether he will keep Long Sanyi alive or not, but according to the character that Long Qingxia usually shows, how do you think it's likely to torture Long San? Little thing, you are so sad for your husband. It's you who repeatedly emphasize that it's your friend and say that you want to work hard for that rubbish and for your husband. Why don't you believe in being a husband when you let her go for her now? Long Qingxia pretends to roll up his sleeve and stick it in the corner of his eyes. When other men do this, it can definitely make Yunwu feel sick with goosebumps. I don't know if it's the handsome face of Long Qingxia. It's really disgusting. Inexplicable, Yunwu seems to really see the grievance. Yunwu was scared out of goosebumps by her reaction. Well, put away your disgusting action, I believe you are. Since you knew that Dragon 3 was fake, why didn't you say it earlier? Long Qingxia said, there are some things that you need to find out by yourself. After that, I went to the King Warrior Academy. I can't help you anymore. Yunwu thought that his reason was reasonable, so she didn't ask him any more. Hongling waited for a long time, but no one paid any attention to it. Seeing that Yunwu was okay, she couldn't be lonely. Master, I'm so hungry. He would rather throw that man down than give it to me just now. Cloud Dance think of that fake all over the body of the wound. In the heart is also don't want to let Hongling to eat. It's one thing to cook clean food with complete appearance. It's a bit disgusting just to think of food that is sloppy and bloody. Looking at Hongling, Cloud Dance scolded. Hongling, I said, don't you want to eat people? If you go to the Samurai Academy with her and still think about cannibalism, I'm afraid before she finds the map and learns some skills, everything will be spoiled by it. Oh. Hongling is a little aggrieved. She shakes her big head, but she is hungry. Long Qingxia looks at the ferocious appearance of Hongling's bloody fangs, and puts on the posture of being bullied. He really can't see it anymore. Go on. He took out a small bamboo tube from the ring, poured out 2 pills from it and threw them directly into Hongling's mouth. Hongling has always been willing to accept food, not to mention 2 small pills. For it is almost the same as non-existence. Cloud Dance is frightened by the action of Long Qingxia's feeding Hongling medicine. He grabs his hand and doesn't let him feed again. What did you give Hongling? Let it not be hungry all the time. It's made from big shirgua. Long Qingxia poured another pill and handed it to Yunwu, indicating that she would eat it. By the way, I explained to her the general effect of dashigu. Cloud Dance glances at the small medicine bowl, but doesn't feel that Long Qingxia will use a pill to harm her. If one day Long Qingxia really wants to get rid of her, he can just do it. With the strength she showed in front of Long Qingxia, I'm afraid she didn't let him really pay attention. However, I'm interested in that big fruit. If I eat one, I can spend 10 days without eating. It seems that when she is free, she has to prepare some of these good things herself. At least, she doesn't have to worry about food in the future. Little thing, this afternoon, I will take you into the Warcraft forest for my husband. A month later, I will send you to the King Warrior Academy. Cloud Dance listened to Long Qingxia say, just remember when Long Qingxia asked to go with them, the reason is to train her to improve strength. Now, she really needs to improve her strength as soon as possible. In a month, how much can I improve my strength? The longer Yunwu stays in this alien world, the clearer one thing is that the cultivation in this world is not so simple. Many people's cultivation has made slow progress for several years. And she, because of the constant fortune, but in a short period of 3 months, reached the 7th level of strength. Of course, the pain she endured was unimaginable. If she really relies on normal cultivation, she will be curious about how much strength she can improve in the next month. It's no surprise that Long Qingxia hears Dayanwu's question. He smiles mysteriously and gives Yunwu an explanation. If it's someone else, it's just a blink of an eye in a month, which doesn't have much effect. However, if you train yourself for your husband, you can really improve yourself. As for how much you can improve, it depends on how much you can suffer. Yunwu thought of Hayo and said to her that there is no real shortcut for cultivation. Only by insisting on it can we achieve the right path. Now it can be regarded as two-phase confirmation when it is put together with the saying of dragon's inclination to evil. With the expectation of strength improvement in a month, Yunwu's face is particularly firm. Do you think there's anything I can't eat? Now there are a lot of worries, just a Queen Shuelio, which makes her so embarrassed. If the mysterious master behind the housekeeper Wu Gang turns the spearhead at her again, then it seems that she needs to improve her strength as soon as possible. And as long as she can improve her strength, let alone suffering, she can survive even if she suffers. Xiaoyao Town is less than 3 days away from Warcraft Forest. But these 3 days all the way did not stop. Cloud Dance has been meditating and concentrating, cultivating the power to stabilize the spirit. These 3 days also passed quickly. At the beginning, Yunwu thought that Dragon Qingxia would take her directly to the hinterland of Warcraft Forest. As a result, the dragon fell to the ground with her at a distance from the Warcraft Forest. Yunwu sees that Dragon Qingxia makes several gestures to the 2 winged birds and releases them. He thinks that Dragon Qingxia should let them fly back to the Dragon Pavilion by themselves. Of course, the side of the redling is drooling watching the food fly away. It is very want to eat, but since eating that dragon poor evil to give what pill, its stomach is really not hungry, but it is deprived of it want to tear food that kind of pleasure and delicious. So, it was determined that it would never eat what the man gave it. Cloud Dance looked at the lush forest not far away, and asked the dragon, "How can I go next?" Change your face first, and then find an exploration team to enter Warcraft Forest. Cloud dance some accident to the dragon poor evil way. We are not to enter the Warcraft Forest to cultivate? Those exploration teams are nothing more than a group of people going into the forest, or a group of mercenaries going to hunt Warcraft and collect resources. Does he want her to follow those teams and do the task? Long Qingxie ignores the problem of Cloud Dance and looks at Hongling by touching his chin. Cloud Dance also realized that no matter how to enter the Warcraft Forest, with Hongling around, it is absolutely too high profile and conspicuous. Long Qingxie thought about it and said to the cloud, "Little thing, you have a try. Put this little monster in your space bracelet. Is that okay?" Yunwu has always thought that only dead objects can be put in. After all, she has never heard of space objects that can survive. As a result, Long Qingxie shrugged irresponsibly. "I just want you to have a try, but I don't guarantee that you will succeed." Smell speech, Cloud Dance forehead black line wind up. You this irresponsible suggestion after less use. Red Linga listen to, although don't quite understand, but feel at present this man is again giving its host a bad idea, and this time the goal is it. Suddenly he said angrily, "You are a bad man. You make up your mind. Believe it or not, I ate you." Dragon Qing Evil Light saw Red Ling's sharp-toothed tusk one eye, didn't put this small monster's threat on the heart. However, Cloud Dance turns to think, Space Bracelet may not work, but Chaos Palace may try. Before, the Chaos Hall can automatically inhale Xianyuan fruit trees into the hall. Hongling can be regarded as a planting object. Maybe it's no problem. However, Yunwu thought about it for a while and decided to try something first. Who knows, even if you enter the Chaos Palace, there will be no reaction. Hongling, go and catch a rabbit. Don't kill it. Yes, master. Hey, don't talk to my master again, or I'll eat you when I come back. Hongling angrily points the huge bud head, grins at the dragon, and then takes the little red snake to find the rabbit. Taking advantage of this time, Dragon Qingxie and Cloud Dance each changed another face. Long Qingxie became a tall hunter with a rough face, while Yunwu became an ordinary young man. When Hongling came back with the rabbit, at first sight, they both couldn't react. I ran into the hotel and felt it carefully before I was sure that I didn't find the wrong owner. Master, I got the rabbit. It stretched out two arms like flower vines, and took the rabbit to Yunwu, who was trembling with great fright. Yunwu looks at the small rabbit in his eyes. This is a kind of creature. I don't know if he can enter the Chaos Hall. While thinking about it, Yunwu tried to put the rabbit on the space bracelet. In fact, in the case of concealing people's eyes and ears, he threw it directly into the Hall of Chaos, which is connected with consciousness. As usual, Hayo was in a daze in the Chaos Hall. Suddenly, a rabbit came down from the sky and scared him. Yunwu soon heard the question from the Chaos Hall. What's going on? Hayo, can you help me see if the rabbit is still alive? Black proud and white rabbit big eyes stare small eyes for a while. Make sure the rabbit in addition to scared not light, there is no other problem. To live is to be scared to death. Cloud Dance doesn't know whether to cry or laugh. The rabbit is really pitiful. There are so many rabbits in the world, and it is estimated that none of them has such rich experience as it. Hongling looks at Yunwu. The bloody mouth hasn't been closed. It seems to be waiting. Yunwu can throw the little rabbit into its mouth. But Cloud Dance to Red Ling Wei. This period of time, I put you in the space first, wait for a period of time to put you out again. Make room? Hongling smell speech at first did not react to come over, can wait to slow down, seem to be gassed to like. You disgusting villain, it's you who give the master bad advice. The big mouth of the tusk is open, and he wants to bite the dragon. But he was stopped by Cloud Dancing. Don't be ridiculous. Cloud Dance will convey the matter to Hayo, so that Hayo and Hongling won't fight for a while. At that time, most of Hongling will die without residue. Hayo, I'm going to put Hongling in Chaos Hall for the time being. You can find a way to keep it from making trouble in it. By the way, give me that rabbit. A second before putting Hongling into Chaos Hall, the roar of Hayo came to Yunwu's mind. Do you use Chaos Hall as a garbage dump? And what do you want to put in? Hio, it's not convenient for me to take Hongling into the Warcraft forest. Please take care of it for me. It can't beat you or eat you. What are you afraid of? Cloud Dance originally wanted to use the method of agitation, but after a while, the voice of Black Pride came back. The rabbit can stay, but the little monster can't. Yunwu is depressed. How can we say that she is the master of the Chaos Hall, but he is the king? Rabbit you stay, Hongling you have to stay. So Finish in the Heart also didn't wait for Black Ao to agree. At the moment when Yunwu's consciousness was connected with chaos, he immediately inhaled Hongling into Chaos Hall and directly threw Hongling into Chaos Hall. Long Qingxie didn't know the existence of Chaos Hall. Naturally, he didn't know that Yunwu was talking to Hio just now. He thought it was a burden for her to throw a living creature as big as Hongling into it. Small things, if the burden is too big, don't let Hongling in the space bracelet. The big deal is to let it follow us. It's better to think of a few lies than let him watch Yunwu suffer. No, I just want to observe for a while to see if the rabbit is really okay. Cloud Dance this lie also said more slip-up. As soon as she finished, she seemed to be in the Hall of Chaos, and there was a sound of chickens flying and dogs jumping. Yunwu silently pulls his mind away from the Chaos Hall and pretends that he doesn't hear anything. Long Qingxie didn't ask about the rabbit that disappeared. Anyway, Hongling was greedy and put them together. I'm afraid the rabbit didn't show any trace. Without the high profile of the class, Yunwu and Long Qingxie successfully found an exploration team ready to enter the Warcraft forest before they entered the forest. A bearded, bear-like man was standing under the tree, calling together the people who came and went. 50 taels of silver for each person. They are required to be above level 6 and can join after passing the strength assessment. Yunwu was a little surprised to hear the price. Is it easy to make money in Warcraft Forest? You know, in the eyes of ordinary people, these 50 taels of silver are enough to live for a year or two. However, when Long Qingxie heard their request and price, he frowned and seemed to guess something. He immediately took Yunwu to another place. Cloud Dance pulls Long Qingxie and asks him, "Isn't this very suitable for us to go?" Dragon Qing Evil Eyes a stare, just want to continue to drag her to walk, nearby have to laugh. Little boy, where is this task suitable for you? The requirement is the strength above the 6th level and medium term. If you don't leave, are you going to stay and show your shame? It was a short, yellow, middle-aged man. His eyes are very small and his nose is very big. He looks uncoordinated. Other people around us are also making a lot of noise. Most of them are people who don't meet the standard and can't earn the money. Now when they see Cloud dancing, they will not miss the opportunity to ridicule others. Dragon Qing Evil Smell Speech, I ground cold light a flash, turn mount a sweep eye that take the lead to coax of man in front. I don't know if the dragon's evil momentum is too strong. With one look, the middle-aged man subconsciously stood up straight. He swallowed his saliva and looked at his companions. He suddenly felt that he couldn't face himself. What are you staring at? I said that the numb little boy was a disgrace. And you, tall and amazing? Lousy, I tell you, it's up to strength to speak here. Is it? Dragon Qing Evil Smell Speech, the corner of the mouth slightly rises, the eye color is extremely cold, sink of stare at that man, seem to be studying from where to start, peel off his skin is more convenient. However, at this time, Long Qingxie suddenly said to Yunwu, go ahead and challenge him. Next challenge? Yunwu originally wanted to watch the play, but suddenly the conversation changed. How could she join in the fun instead? However, Yunwu didn't object. Since he said he wanted to train her, she thought it was a warm-up training with a live target. Yunwu walked behind him. On the face of the ordinary boy, he drew a smile arc and said to the man who laughed at her, since it's about strength, let me see if you are qualified to speak with your strength. The man looked at Yunwu's expression, as if he saw a clown, such a thin and dry boy, dare to tell him to talk by strength? The big beard of the expedition team saw this scene and came to give advice to Yunwu and Longqing. If you want to find a team, you can go further north. There are some teams with low-level requirements. It's not too late now. We can still have today's work now. Cloud danced to this big beard good advice, just a light glance, did not answer. That big beard, originally also want to say what, but, into the cloud dance line of sight behind, but is tiny alone. Good calm eyes, bearded in the Warcraft forest for so many years, have seen a lot of people hidden. And this young man can have this kind of eyes, can we say that he is also hidden? However, this young boy is so weak in appearance, his face is a little sallow, and he is young. Isn't he really trying to be brave? Long Qingxia grinned and hugged his chest with both hands. He said, "Uncle, don't worry about my brother. He can do it." Seeing that his brother had said so, Bearded naturally had nothing else to say. Whether he is really capable or brave, it depends on his luck. The man who defied Yunwu was very happy to see this scene. At first, he thought that his brother was not easy to be provoked. Now, how dare you challenge him? He spit a mouthful of spit and said to the big beard, "I said, Lao Hu, you give me a witness. It's not my fault to kill him. This boy can't help beating him when he sees it." Bearded, who was called Lao Hu, didn't bother to pay attention to him and went on to recruit people. "Boy, I'll give you 3 moves. You'll do it first so that I won't be bullied." Cloud Dance light smile away, "Good, that thanks." Long Qingxia is beside him, grinning, like a good play. The onlookers saw that Yunwu was so innocent that they didn't hope for her. As a brother, Long Qingxia is also so conceited that he thinks that his weak brother can win, which naturally becomes the object of condemnation. How can you be so happy to see your brother die? Is it a brother? Of course, there are also some onlookers watching the good play, laughing and mocking. In this gathering of more and more onlookers, the middle-aged man relaxed his muscles and prepared to show his pride in front of the public. "Boy, today I will let you never come back." As soon as the cruel words fell, the iron sand-like fist was raised, and suddenly it fell to the Cloud Dance. Cloud Dance, the corner of the mouth still raised, but in that moment, the cold light at the bottom of the eyes flashed by. Also did not use any element of the force, the same clench. Before everyone could react, Yunwu suddenly made a force under his feet and catapulted it like a shell in front of the other side, hitting the other side's heart directly. A few brittle sound of bone fracture let the onlookers all feel a pain in the heart. Close combat is one of her favorite sports. The middle-aged man with uncoordinated facial features was completely hit by Yunwu with a fist and directly hit a big tree with thick trunk. Bang! A sound, the tree was hit are shaking, falling a lot of leaves. As for the man who was hit by the Cloud Dance, he was lying on the ground half dead and spat out a mouthful of blood. If you look carefully, you can see that there are many black blood clots in the blood he vomited. It is obvious that he was injured by Yunwu. At this moment, all the men around us were in an uproar. This small man, who is not amazing in appearance, actually has the ability to defeat his opponent in the 5th level? How is that possible? It seems that this little man is only a teenager. How can he beat the 5th level strength? Everyone was shocked and unbelievable. However, with the facts in front of us, who dares to say anything? As for the unfortunate guy who lay on the ground and vomited blood, people with a clear eye can see that he will have a lifelong problem in the future. It's useless. Yunwu folded her fists and moved her shoulders. The guy was quite heavy, and it took her some strength to fight. "Well done, I'm not ashamed." Long Qingxia vomited out a straw he was holding in his mouth. He pretended to walk over and patted Yunwu on the back. It's like any brother who's proud of his brother. But only Yunwu knows that this damned man is looking for opportunities to take advantage of her. Is the hand on her shoulder a pat? That's touch. Cloud Dance stares at Long Qingxia without any trace and warns him to restrain. At this time, a hoarse voice came in. "I said, boy, are you too tough?" Cloud Dance followed the past and saw a thin man like a monkey walking towards him. It seems that his strength is above level 6. Strangely, he didn't join the expedition team with Big Beard. Cloud Dance glanced at the man. He should be the teammate of the middle-aged man just now, because he was wearing the same badge, which should be distributed when he was in the group. However, this is also the most impatient kind of Cloud Dance. Because according to this situation, when one's own people are cleaned up, they come out to reason. If you don't fight hard, do you want to wait for him to kill me first? Or do you want to tell me that in the Warcraft forest, we should also talk about benevolence, righteousness, morality, and respect for the old and the young? Cloud Dance looks cold, but a clever irony. That word instantly let those men nearby immediately laugh out loud. They always have no integrity. Who said interesting with whom to cajole? What's more, now that the little man all beat people down, just look at the strength, enough to let them agree. In the Warcraft forest, there is no noble identity, only the balance of strength. This is the survival rule of Warcraft forest. Yunwu's words, the skinny man was really half angry, and his face was ferocious, as if he wanted to fight with Yunwu. You are so ungrateful, I have to teach you a lesson for your parents today. Cloud Dance sneer, ordinary youth's face covered with a layer of light murderous. What are you to teach me? Parents can be said to be a piece of scales in Yunwu's heart. Whoever touches them must be prepared to pay the price. That big horse monkey haha smile, to oneself also calculate is very conceited. Whether I am worthy or not, you will know in a moment. Grandfather is waiting for you to kneel down and beg for mercy. Just now I saw Yunwu's attack. Although the attack was extremely fierce, it didn't make him feel any samurai power. So I felt in my heart that maybe he used some skills and brute force to surprise me. He's in the middle of the 6th stage. He's much more powerful than his teammate just now. What's more, he's still experienced a lot of actual fighting and has too much fighting experience than his opponent. But a few of the onlookers had nothing to do and ran to whisper to the dragon. Hey, stop your brother. That guy is a good man around here. If he catches the chance, he will kill your brother directly. Long Qingxia stretched himself against the tree trunk and said, I'm not afraid to kill you. I have many younger brothers. The people nearby all winked at each other. No wonder they dare to let the little man do it just now. It turns out that they really don't care about losing a younger brother. Long Qingxia lazily looks at those onlookers, and finally focuses on Yunwu's petite figure. The concern from the bottom of his eyes is quite different from his attitude. Cloud Dance on the outside of the matter do not know, just to the big monkey asked, say, how to play. There are no rules. Whoever falls is the loser. The monkey slapped at the corner of his mouth and showed his yellow teeth. He laughed disgustingly. Cloud Dance's brow slightly wrinkled for a while, however, still way, if I win, want to add a condition. All right, but if I win, I have to add conditions. Cloud Dance has no objection to this. As for the big monkey's win or lose, in her mind already know. My condition is very simple. If you lose, go back to brush your teeth. How long has it been since you brush your teeth? Your mouth stinks. Sarcasm? Sort of. See, Cloud Dance this words fall, immediately caused the spectators to laugh. In the laughter of others, the monkey blushes, spits, points to the cloud and fiercely says his condition. If I win, you'll save your life. Cloud Dance mouth corner sneer rises. Want to keep her life? He is far from. With the half-dead guy as a lesson, the monkey didn't ask him to say something about Cloud Dance this time. On the contrary, it's very shameful to take advantage of the fact that he's still talking, and then he gives a hand to the swift and violent Cloud Dance. Around the men a burst of exclamation and cheering. Obviously can win still do so, really to the man's son shame. Cloud Dance just feel instant, that big horse monkey rush to oneself in front of, obviously is also learn her before practice, want to make a quick decision. However, Cloud Dance is absolutely impossible to give him such an opportunity. Almost in the blink of an eye, Yunwu wrapped the fighting spirit in his arm. Under the eyes of the public, he shouldered the other party's attack and didn't move. On the contrary, it was the big monkey who was rebounded 2 steps back. That big horse monkey's expression is a little surprised, obviously feel that the strength of Cloud Dance is far from what she showed. And it is in such a distracted gap, Yunwu volley side kick, a leg whip mercilessly hit his head. Under the gaping eyes of the people around, not long ago, the monkey, who was shouting to let Yunwu leave his life behind, also flew backward and slammed on the previous unlucky ghost. After listening to the 2 screams, I can almost imagine that the 2 men are now more out of breath than in. Cloud Dance no, actually hit later, that big monkey absolutely already understand her strength has a problem. Unfortunately, it's too late. You are a good boy. The man who talked with Long Qingxie was the first to shout out to Yunwu. After that, everyone else followed suit. Boy, how do you practice? At such a young age, I can actually win the strength of the 6th level medium term. I said, why don't you grow some muscle? Women don't like thin bamboo. Can see such a dry and thin little guy beat that big monkey down? This is really the thing that never thought of in my life. They were both astonished and astonished. Dragon Qing evil at this time, Smile raised the corner of the mouth to stretch out his hand to hold Cloud's shoulder, to her smile way, nothing, elder brother likes you to go. The group of men immediately hissed. Just now, I heard him say that there are many younger brothers and I don't care if there is one less. Do you think they are deaf or stupid? Yunwu pursed her lips, pushed the dragon away, and opened her mouth to the big beard who came this way. Uncle, can we join your team? Bearded is really satisfied with Yunwu's strength. With such a brother, his brother will not be worse. Of course, he nodded directly and put them in his own team. However, Long Qingxie, who had just had a good look, saw that Yunwu had decided this matter without authorization and immediately dropped slightly to pull Yunwu aside. I said not to join them? Cloud Dance, a face of bewilderment, to Long Qingxie asked, is you say to want to find an exploration team? I think that uncle's team is very good, why not add? There is no reason to let go of an exploration team with suitable strength. It's hard to say. Long Qingxie's face sank and his voice was low. I'll bring you to practice this time. Of course, I'll arrange it. Cloud Dance smell speech, can't help but frown, this man, in the end what temper? Bearded didn't know what they were arguing about, but the strength of Cloud Dance really made him want to join the team, so after thinking about it for a while, he took the initiative to come up with a new price for them. Little brother, your strength is higher than our average level, so I can decide to give you more money, 70 liang silver. I usually give him the price for the 7th level. What do you think? People who often hang out in the Warcraft forest all know that the 7th level strength can only get 70 liang silver. It's just a hoax. You should know how rare level 7 is. Some of the people who have reached level 7 will still sell coolies here. They have already gone to the city to make a fortune. It's just that Yunwu and Long Qingxie don't care about this little reward, and no one will care about it with Bearded. As soon as Long Qingxie saw that Big Beard came to stir up the trouble, his eyes became gloomy. Uncle, I'm not going to let my brother go with you. Big Beard said anxiously, why? Are you afraid of danger? Don't worry, we have a group of stronger people in the Warcraft forest. You've heard of Nanganji, the son of the National Master. We're going to work for him. Nanganji? Smell speech, Cloud Dance eyebrow tiny pick however, but also think of in Xiaoyao town, the information that Hongyang talked about. Nangong Yi is being poisoned and is still searching for an antidote in the Warcraft forest. It seems to be true. However, I didn't expect that they met on the first day by such a coincidence. However, Cloud Dance line of sight, but thoughtfully looked at the Dragon Qingxie, this man early guessed? So, he had to stop her from joining the team? Long Qingxie is not at all uncomfortable about being arrested. He looks back at the sight of Cloud dancing. His woman, he naturally does not want her around other men. In particular, Nangong Yi always makes him feel that he is also very concerned about Yunwu. Who knows if he will come up with something. Before he really gets this woman's heart, he doesn't want to kill Qing Yaojin halfway. However, Yunwu had another plan in mind. She said to Bearded, don't worry, uncle. We'll go. I'll talk to my brother again. Bearded went away, wondering if he should raise the price just now, but he didn't know what strength the boy's brother was. Maybe 70 taels of silver was about the same. Cloud Dance whispered warning to the dragon. I agree to practice with you in the Warcraft forest. It doesn't mean that I'm at your disposal. Don't be unreasonable. Making trouble out of nothing? Hearing Yunwu's words, Long Qingxie once had an impulse to pinch her face. This little thing, for the sake of other men, always says that he is so reasonable, how to consider, he will be jealous. Taking advantage of no one around in this corner, Long Qingxia lowered his head and bit Yunwu's earlobe. He said vaguely and angrily, "Little thing, for the sake of Nangonji, you are going to warn my husband? Do you know I'll be angry? Is it time for you to get angry? Come on, don't make trouble. I have my plan. You'll listen to me first this time." Cloud Dance said, turn round to shout toward Big Beard, "Uncle, we agreed, go with you." After Yunwu and Long Qingxi joined the expedition team, Bearded asked for their names. Long Qingxia directly calls himself Dragon 4, and then uses Yunwu as his brother to ask others to call her Xiao 5. Because of the name of Dragon 3, Yunwu felt a little strange after hearing that Dragon Qingxia called himself Dragon 4, but he didn't say much. And not long after they joined the Cloud Dance, the last member of the exploration team was also determined. It was a woman with fiery red hair. She introduced herself as Lin Hua. When Yunwu saw the woman, she couldn't help looking more. How to say? From her, Yunwu has a strange feeling. But I can't tell what it is. This forest fire's son looks general, but has the eye-tail of Gao 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 to pick up, see anyone all a pair of arrogant life expression. This woman really has the ability to be proud, the strength of the 6th level peak. A woman in her 20s is at the top of the 6th level. She is really gifted. But, such strength, wanna be in front of Cloud Dance and Dragon Poor Evil, but become not enough to see. Of course, Yunwu will not compare with her like that. Bearded counted the personnel and supplies, made sure everything was okay, and then clapped his hands at the team members sitting or standing in the open space. Well, we are ready to set out to meet with Nangong Gongzi and them. When the leader made a speech, everyone gathered together with their personal belongings. Bearded stood at the front of the team and introduced other people to Yunwu, Long Qingxi and Lin Hua, who joined later. In addition to Hua, another girl in the team is my daughter Coco. Although she is on the mission for the first time, her strength is not bad and she won't drag everyone down. Yunwu looks at her from the big beard's fingers. A very cute little girl is smiling at her. The feeling is just like that little leaf at the beginning, which makes Yunwu feel a little good. The other several people are the strength of the 6 men in the middle, a total of 4, just accounted for all the tall, short, fat and thin. The tall one is Fong Tianyu, the short one is Li Sun, and the fat one is Zhao Xing, who calls himself fat. The skinny one says he can call him skinny, but he doesn't say his name. Yunwu and Long Qingxi look at each other and know that the people in the team may have some things that are not shown on the surface. The strength above level 6 is still in the Warcraft forest. It's hard to guarantee that there won't be any ferocious fugitives. It's none of their business. If someone wants to reach out to them, they will naturally make each other pay the price. In this way, including Cloud Dance and Dragon, a group of 9 people began to move towards the depths of the Warcraft forest. Thinking of meeting Nangong Yi and still participating in the search for an antidote for him, Long Qingxia was not in a good mood all the way. Yunwu knows the reason, but doesn't care about him. On the way, Coco, who was deliberately protected by everyone in the middle of the team, approached Yunwu. She's the youngest, and she's adorable, so no one cares about protecting her. Coco shook his sleeve and blinked his big eyes. "Brother 5, how did you do so well?" Yunwu seldom meets such a lovely child. She also likes Coco very much. She reaches out and rubs her hair. Her attitude is rare and mild. "What? Do you think little brother is very good?" Coco put one hand around his thick long braid, bit his lip and said to Yunwu, "Yes, if I can be as strong as little 5 brother, my father won't have to lead the team every time, and I can also help him." Cloud Dance, although light smile, raised the corner of the mouth, light way. "Coco, good point, good down-to-earth cultivation, later will certainly become very powerful." "Really? Thank you." Brother 5 12 or 13-year-old girl's eyes are bright, full of bright expectations for the future. The wood fire sun nearby hums a rather ironic way. "Good can become fierce?" Oh, Coco smell speech, some timid hope forest fire sun one eye, dare not refute. Lin Hua's 6th level senior strength is to let Lao who be careful not to offend her. Of course, the sensible Coco will not conflict with her. "Miss Lin, You don't speak and nobody thinks you are dumb. The cloud dances coldly to glance that forest fire sun. This woman is mean and arrogant to adults. What sense of existence is she looking for in front of a little girl? Lin Hua's eyes glared and cried to Yunwu, "What are you? Who gives you the qualification to manage me?" Long Qingxie took a step forward to separate the sight of Yunwu and Lin Hua. He looked at Lin Hua coldly and said, "What are you? Why do you yell at my brother?" Lin Hua, relying on his 6th-rank senior strength, has always been arrogant. When was he so provoked and ridiculed? At the moment he was angry and wanted to give the poor brothers a little color. Lao Hu, who was walking in front of him, found the abnormality here and came to make it right. Well, it's all a small team. We can't help each other all the way, so don't fight? Yunwu didn't like to be super with others, because once she was in a hurry, she preferred to solve it directly. However, he still listened to Lao Hu's advice. As for Long Qingxie, as long as he didn't touch his scales, he would not say much. And his rebellious scale, nature is cloud dance. Only Lin Hua, pointing at Yunwu, choked Lao Hu endlessly. "I think you just want to protect your daughter. They come to trouble me for your daughter, so you want to be a peacemaker?" Although Lao Hu's strength is slightly worse than Lin Hua's, after all, he has been a team leader in the Warcraft Forest for many years. When he meets a woman like Lin Hua, he is also very angry. "Lin Hua, your strength is not the only tool to survive in the Warcraft Forest. Here, teamwork, help each other, is the real way to survive. If you go your own way, you can try to go back by yourself." Lin Hua was dumbfounded by Lao Hu. She had already found out on the way here just now. Lao Hu has been following a special route. Obviously, he has his own way to avoid the danger zone. Now let her go back, she can't find the safest way. Although it's outside the Warcraft Forest, it's not necessarily that there won't be any danger. The old man's face was full of beard. "Now, what else can I do for you?" Lin Hua forced down his anger and said to Lao Hu, "You'd better let them be honest. Don't be unhappy with me, otherwise, I won't let them go again." As the captain of the team, of course, I will not allow the players to form a private feud, who said. Lin Hua looked at them with fire in his eyes, stamped his feet and walked to the other side of the line. Coco guilt to Lao Hu, "Dad, I'm sorry, all blame me." Who naturally understood his daughter's temperament. Dragon 4, Small 5, Rongju, bear it, after all, her strength is stronger than you, reluctantly conflict with her, the loss is still you. Lao Hu sighed, and his attitude towards Cloud Dance and Dragon became more friendly because they were defending Coco. Cloud Dance nods lightway, "Well, we know how to do." Long Qingxie didn't reply, but Lao Hu subconsciously felt that they were brothers and naturally agreed. But he didn't know. Long Qingxie is not a good person, especially when he is dissatisfied. Of course, so far of course, nothing will be done. With such a small episode, in addition to encountering some relatively weak Warcraft along the way, it was also peaceful and smooth. The little Warcraft that was killed happened to be a tusk pig. When he camped at night, he was picked up by Lao Hu and the skinny man, and baked them for dinner. Coco is sitting next to Yunwu with a piece of crispy roast pork. Because today's Yunwu is making her debut, Coco's dependence on Yunwu is also increasing. "Brother 5, is there anyone else in your family?" "I have a grandfather." For Yunwu, all the people in the Cloud family, except his grandfather Yunqi, seem to be no different from strangers. So far at least. "Are you and the 4th elder brother Long also out to make money and support their families?" In Coco's small world, her father is the one who sees most. Naturally, this model is applied to them. Long Qingxie chimed in, "Yes, a big family. Your 5th brother and I are exhausted just making money every day." Cloud Dance sighed head looking at Long Qing evil, this person full of nonsense, really open-mouthed to come. In the light of the bonfire, Long Qingxie holds the ground with one hand and roasted pork with the other. The gesture makes Yunwu feel that he can still see the proud and noble Long Qingxie. This man is like this, even if he changed his appearance, changed his identity, and mixed in a group of people who are running for survival, it is hard to hide his difference. "You two brothers are so sensible and capable. Everyone in your family has a good life. Lao Hu came over with a wine bag with a bold smile. Cloud Dance pretends to be shy and says, "It's just a little money earned by one's own ability." "What's the ability?" Fat Zhao Sheng patted his belly like a ball and joined the dialogue. "Xiao Wu, don't be modest. Brother, when I was your age, I only had the second-level strength." Other people also expressed their admiration for Yunwu's amazing strength when she was young and thin. Only Lin Hua, who was not sociable, said sarcastically, "At such an age, I'm only in the middle of the 6th stage. Even if I know I'm ashamed, I'll come out to flatter others." Isn't it shameful? Originally, everyone chatted around the campfire happily. When Lin Hua interrupted, everyone's face was not very good-looking. Indeed, in addition to Cloud Dance looking like a teenager, Dragon Qing Xie in his early 20s never really showed his strength. The others were all 35 up, and Lao Hu even looked at them as more than 40 years old. The thin man threw away a pig rib that was gnawed clean and went back to the forest fire with disgust. "I said that if you have a woman surnamed Lin, you really feel that you are so powerful. Compare with the people in Shenwang Samurai Academy, there are countless people who can be trampled to death." When Lin Hua heard the words, Shenwang Warrior Academy, his face was obviously not good-looking. "If you can't get on the stage by yourself, you're going to move out of the King Samurai Academy to crush me? If you are really capable, you are better than me. Or, can you please find out which capable person in the Samurai Academy to compare with me?" After hearing this, Yunwu felt bored. What happened to Shenwang's Samurai Academy? At the beginning, those who died in her and Longqingxi's hands were not the students there. The reason why she had to go there was just to find a quiet place for her self-cultivation, and also to find a reasonable reason to improve her strength. Lin Hua is also ridiculous. He thinks he is right, but he is afraid of the King Warrior Academy. Such a state of mind, doomed to her loser. Well, it's so late. Don't quarrel. Have a good rest. We'll have a day's journey tomorrow. Because of Lin Hua's bad words to Coco, Lao Hu didn't like her all the time, but now it's not time to join up with the army. Lin Hua's strength is also very important to them. Out of helplessness, he had to come out again to persuade peace. The thin man still respected Lao Hu. Seeing that he opened his mouth, he found an empty place and lay down to sleep. People who quarrel with themselves ignore themselves, and Lin Hua suddenly looks embarrassed. Lin Hua turned to Old Hu and said, "You'd better warn them. Pay attention when you talk. I won't do it again next time. I also advise you that your strength is indeed the strongest here, but you'd better consider that if you encounter danger, other people don't help you, or if there is a conflict, they decide to work together to deal with you, then I can't stop it." Lao Hu's patience with Lin Hua is also limited. If Lin Hua causes problems in their team, it will be quite dangerous when they encounter unexpected situations. Lin Hua's eyelids twitch, and she is still afraid of what Lao Hu said. Even if Lao Hu and Coco stay out of the trouble, and 7 people in the middle of the 6th stage attack her together, she really has only one way to die. Such a warning obviously had an effect on her. Lin Hua angrily spread his cloak on the ground and lay down. "I don't know if I really fell asleep or I'm still angry. However, who cares whether she sleeps or not, as long as she doesn't quarrel with others." Lao Hu made a simple sleeping place for Cuckoo with his own cloak, and then came back to find Yunwu and Longqingxi who had not yet fallen asleep. Dragon 4, Little 5, you two should stay with me for the middle of the night. It's not the first time that Fat and Skinny and I get together. They'll get up in the middle of the night and watch Yunwu and Longqingxi don't reject these rules. Since they have joined other people's exploration team, they should act according to other people's rules. It wasn't long before there were regular purrs in the camp. The campfire was crackling and burning, and the light was warming everyone. Cloud Dance in the mind how much some care about Nangong Yi's business, while no one talks, is bored, pretended to chat. "Uncle Hu, what's the poison in Nangongji? Why do you come to Warcraft Forest to find the antidote?" Lao Hu added some dry firewood to the campfire and said with a puzzled expression, "I don't know. Looking at that Nangong child, he doesn't look like a poison man. He has a ruddy complexion and can eat and sleep, but he means that he is poisoned and will die if he can't find an antidote. Cloud dance is not abnormal after poisoning Nangong Yi, but it doesn't feel hard to accept. There are too many poisons that can do this step. I'm not sure. There are some special traces on Nangong Yi. He is counting down how many days he has left to live. Long Qingxie puts one hand on his knee and slightly squints at the cloud dance. You have so much to do with him. We don't know him well. Lao Hu didn't have any doubts about Long Qingxie's words. After all, no one would think that two brothers living in the Warcraft forest would have anything to do with Nangongji. Cloud dance coldly Wei. At least is also the employer. You took the money to work, shouldn't ask the situation? Long Qingxie is very displeased with what Yunwu said. He took Nangong Yi's money to do things for him. When is Nangong Yi's turn to be his employer? Fearing a dispute between the two brothers, Lao Hu said with a smile, when we get together with the big army, naturally someone will come to explain some of the things to you. I don't know the details. Yunwu knew that Lao Hu said this, which means that she couldn't ask any more. She immediately gave a bad look at Long Qingxie. Dragon Qing evil back to smile, in front of Lao Hu's face to cloud dance body, make a pair of brothers good appearance. Well, I'm wrong. Don't be angry. With that, Long Qingxie reaches out and touches Yunwu's face while others are in danger. From Lao Hu's point of view, it's just that the elder brother patted his younger brother. There's nothing wrong with it. Cloud dance twists eyebrows to push the dragon to pour evil. If it is not for fear of old Who's suspicious, she just almost reflexively kicked out the dragon to pour evil. Lao Hu, who didn't know the real situation, sighed. Just two brothers. If you have something to apologize for, you can make up. If only Coco had a brother or a sister, and she had company. Cloud dance Heartway. Coco, if have such abnormal elder brother, you cry too late. There is not much movement in the camp at night, which leads to some special sounds, which will be particularly abrupt at this time. When the sound of some kind of creature crawling on the ground appears, Yunwu, Long Qingxie and Lao Hu are all on the alert. Lao Hu raised his hand and whispered to them, "Don't panic. Maybe it's just some Warcraft passing by. Let's see the situation first." Yunwu and Long Qingxie also know that some passing Warcraft will not turn around to attack people if they don't provoke them. They all listen to Lao Hu and watch the change. Sha 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 sha. Unfortunately, things don't seem as optimistic as Lao Hu expected. The sound of crawling closer and closer, as if with some cold-blooded animal's unique low temperature, pressure in everyone's heart. It wasn't long before they saw what Warcraft was coming. It was a big snake with a body as thick as an adult, and its length was estimated to be more than 7 or 8 meters. Its tail fell in the dark, which could not be illuminated by the fire, which made it difficult for Yunwu to accurately judge its length. After Lao Hu saw the snake clearly, he became nervous. Well, how can I meet a man-eating snake here? Cloud dance is the first time to encounter this thing. I don't know its strength, but looking at Lao Hu as if facing the enemy, I also know that it is definitely not a good object to pick up. Lao Hu drew out his épée and yelled to the others, "Get up, don't sleep. You'll die if you sleep again." In fact, except for Coco accident, other people wake up when the man-eating snake shows its true colors. Warcraft Forest is a place full of murders. How dare these people who lick blood all the year round really sleep in it? Coco looked up drowsily, just saw the man-eating snake with black scales and spitting out letters. He was so scared that he woke up immediately. Fortunately, although Coco is young, he is not a stupid child who will cry when he sees these things. She grabbed the one on her side and quickly drew close to Lao Hu. "Dad, what's going on?" The wrinkles on Lao Hu's forehead were all wrinkled together. "I don't know. I used snake repellent when I was camping, and man-eating snakes shouldn't appear outside the Warcraft forest." Several other people also joined with them at this time. With more people, we had more confidence. "Don't be greedy. What inferior medicine did you use?" Lin Hua was holding a cold, shining machete in his hand. The blade of the machete was shining with blue light. It was obviously poisoned. By this time, this woman is still so fond of finding fault. Several other people have been bored with her, and no one even talks to her. Lin Hua has no interest in it. She doesn't talk anymore. Lao Hu worried that Yunwu and Longqingxi were going into the Warcraft forest for the first time. He didn't know much about the man-eating snake, so he explained to them before the man-eating snake attacked. The cannibal snake looks red, and its strength has reached the peak of 5 levels. It is only 1 step away from the 6th level. At this time, it should be in the middle of the Warcraft forest. How can it come to the periphery? Be careful. The venom of this man-eating snake is very corrosive. Once it sprays the venom, people will melt completely soon. Therefore, even those who have entered the 7th or 8th level dare not underestimate it. You too should be careful. Cloud danced at this time to see the man-eating snake, the eye bright then just a little more alert. Even if you can fight, you will be melted if you touch the venom, which is much more terrible than the strength gap. After all, you don't know when a man-eating snake will spray that venom to kill you while fighting. Longqingxi disguised his disdain very well, bowed his head and attached his ear to Yunwu's ear, and whispered a word. "There's no danger. I'm here." Cloud Dance doesn't even look at him. What if Longqingxi is there? She doesn't intend to survive on him. Anyway, even if the situation is not good at that time, she has many cards in her hand, and there is always a solution. Although Lin Huo is conceited and annoying, he has some courage in the face of crisis. She weighed the machete in her hand and said to the others, "I'll rush to it in a moment, and you will cooperate with me to attack it from the side. Speed must be fast, before it sprays poison." Several other people have no objection to this. Lin Huo is willing to be the first to pass. This is the best. As soon as they reached an agreement, the man-eating snake snaked around the campfire and pounced on them fiercely. The jaw is so large that it is almost in a straight line. Under the illumination of the campfire, Yunwu can directly see its esophagus dripping with mucus. Lin Huo's reaction was not slow, and her fighting spirit gushed out of her body in an instant, pouring all of it into the poison machete in her hand. The shining blue light on the machete suddenly deepened, and the darkness was as mysterious as the deep sea. Seeing that the cannibal snake grew into a flat and straight line, it was about to bite Lin Huo's head. Lin Huo fiercely attacked the black scale jaw of the cannibal snake with his machete. Bang! The metal hum vibrated everyone's eardrum. Lin Huo's machete struck the snake scale with a string of sparks. Only a small white mark was left on the scale of the man-eating snake. This discovery made Lin Huo's eyes twitch. She didn't expect that the scales of the man-eating snake were so hard. Although the man-eating snake was not hurt, Lin Huo's attack was not painless to it. But this man who dares to fight back has already angered the local snake who has some strength in the Warcraft forest. Hiss! The scarlet snake letter spits out from the mouth of the man-eating snake, shaking with disgusting movements. There was a layer of anger in the eyes of the black pearl snake. Just at the moment when Lin Huo was fighting with the man-eating snake, the others quickly dispersed around the man-eating snake, ready to make up for Lin Huo. Lin Huo didn't dare to delay. When the head of the man-eating snake shrank back, she could gather enough strength to attack again at any time. She looked at the man-eating snake fiercely, and her right hand trembled slightly. It turned out that the whole arm outside the sleeve was covered with a layer of visible blue light. Lin Huo knows that the strongest person here is her. If she can't hold on, no one can save her. Beast, die! When Lin Huo's machete came out again, Yunwu's sharp eyes saw that the force on the blade had condensed into a thin liquid state. This discovery, let Cloud Dance to the strength of Forest Fire's son, had some recognition. It's not a common thing for mediocrity to make power come into being. As an animal, the cannibal snake is naturally sensitive to crisis. When the human attacks again, it is acutely aware of danger. This feeling makes the man-eating snake more vicious. The huge snake's head, like an arrow, pours on the forest fire. In the big snake's mouth, there is a beast's beast. Lin Huo was also very afraid of the venom of the man-eating snake. He cut off several scales of the snake on his opponent's body with his machete and dodged the attack of the snake's head. About a snake scale the size of a human's palm was pried up and rolled by a machete. 2 or 3 pieces of broken snake scales fell to the ground, and the black blood flowed from the man-eating snake. Although it seems that Lin Hua succeeded in one blow and they have the upper hand, everyone's attitude is not optimistic. Lin Hua tried his best to strike, but he didn't cause any fatal damage to the snake. If it goes on like this, what's the use of other people? The cannibal snake hissed in pain. It bent its soft body to check its injury. When it saw the tender meat that had been scraped off the scales, a blood-red color spread from the eyes of the snake like a light bulb. It straightens up and stares down at Lin Hua, whose eyes make Lin Hua shudder. This kind of injury finally completely angered the man-eating snake. At the same time, Yunwu, who was always watching the battle, suddenly found that the 2 fangs of the man-eating snake became transparent in the blink of an eye. She could see the black venom flowing rapidly. Lao Hu also found this. He yelled at Lin Hua in horror. "Get out of the way, it's going to spray poison." Lin Hua wants to escape, but it's faster than the animal who is mad because of injury. The fangs became as transparent as glass, and the black venom spewed out like a sharp arrow, splashing at the forest fire with the speed of lightning. The next second, Lin Hua, who confronts with the man-eating snake, cries bitterly. Her ordinary face, which had been splashed with venom, was rapidly festering at the speed visible to the naked eye. To the same end, there is her arm holding a machete, a strong arm, and soon you can see the white bones covered by muscles. "Dig up the rotten meat quick, or you will die as soon as Old Who finished this sentence." The man-eating snake twisted its head and stared at him. It seems that the next target of the beast is him. I don't know if the cannibal snake is still a little afraid of their large numbers. It just stares at Lao Hu, but it never takes the initiative to attack. On the other hand, in order not to be corroded to death by the venom of the man-eating snake, Lin Hua was determined. She took a dagger out of her boot and cut her body, which was splashed by the venom of man-eating snake, without hesitation. In order to cut off future trouble, she cut every knife very deeply, and the blood flowed down. The smell of blood belonging to one's own kind stimulated everyone's nervous tension. Cloud Dance can be regarded as a thorough understanding of the current situation. If they continue to let go, the expedition team in addition to the total annihilation, I'm afraid there will be no other end. Of course, she and the dragon can live on their own. The rest of the team looked at Lao Hu with all kinds of eyes. There's compassion, and maybe there's something that's not their turn to celebrate. Only Coco, she stepped forward and stood in front of Old Who. "Dad, you take people away." This is another unwritten rule of the exploration team. When the enemy is unmanageable, the one with the worst strength will stay behind. In fact, it's just sacrificing one person's time to give others a chance to escape. Seemingly cruel, but who can say the whole army will be better than just one death? Coco, go with them and be obedient. Lao Hu excitedly tugged at Coco. No father could watch his daughter die for himself. Cloud Dance looks at the 2 father and daughter rushing to die. Suddenly, Cloud Lingy's face, which is cold and disgusting, comes across in her mind. She did not delay. The Old Who and Coco are thrown behind. "That's enough, you go, I and the dragon after the 4th dragon break." Lao Hu was moved by Yunwu, but he was not optimistic about the strength of the 2 brothers. Even Lin Hua doesn't have the power to fight against this beast. What about Long Si and Xiao Wu, whose strength is still under Lin Hua? The cannibal snake is tired of this group of human push and push tricks. Its huge body meanders on the ground, making a rustling sound that makes people feel numb. Yunwu raised his head and looked at the cold-blooded animal. The coldness of his eyes was no less than that of the other. Standing behind Yunwu, Long Qingxia seems to have no opinion on any of her decisions, but if the people present have a heart, they will notice that he looks into Yunwu's eyes with great appreciation and love. He never loved those delicate daughter flowers. Only the poppy like Yunwu was the woman he could really fall in love with. Seeing Cloud Dance's resolute attitude, Lao Hu reluctantly pulled Coco back, but he didn't make up his mind to leave. If Cloud Dance can only resist for a moment, what's the difference between them escaping or not? And if Cloud Dance really has the strength that accords with her own confidence, then they don't have to escape. With other people's attention, Yunwu raised her hand to touch the space bracelet and took out the fine sword that Dragon Qingxie gave her. This is the first time that she has used this sword to fight. Cloud Dance's shoulders slightly sink. The whole person is shrouded in an indescribable calm atmosphere. You are lucky. Today, come and help me try my sword. The cannibal snake can't understand Yunwu's words, but it can feel Yunwu's contempt, and the snake's spitting speed is faster. With forest fire in front of it, this group of human beings, and not much fear. As Yunwu infuses the fighting spirit into the fine sword in Yunwu's hand makes a sharp sound. The sound can make people hear their emotions, just like a small beast full of strength, singing happily. In the twinkling of an eye, the flaming flame enveloped the whole body of the sword. The light was very bright, and it had passed the campfire in the center of the camp. When the serpent saw the burning sword, its huge body tilted back. No matter how fierce the animal is, it has animal nature. It is afraid of fire. Cloud Dance is to understand. This is also because the fire attribute in her body is not ordinary goods. It is the original fire of Red Fire Dragon. One dragon and one snake, which is stronger or weaker, will be known by the name. During the short time when the cannibal snake confronts Yunwu, Lao Hu and others sweat through their clothes. Although it's funny to place all of your life and death on a thin young man. But at this time, they have no choice. The air is about to condense. Suddenly, a layer of floating light flits over the eye of the man-eating snake. It and Cloud Dance attack each other at the same time. Because of the fear of fire, this time the snake opened its mouth and spewed out the venom that had been brewing for a long time. In the frightened sight of Lao Hu and others, Yunwu's body twists a wonderful arc in mid-air with incredible flexibility just to avoid those deadly venoms. And the thin sword in her hand, it is extremely fierce, directly stabbed into the right eye of the snake. Roar! The cannibal snake was suddenly hit hard, and suddenly rolled on the ground in pain, because the thin sword in Yunwu's hand was full of fighting fire, which made the wound on its eyes burn a little bit instantly, and even the blood could not flow out. Coco let out a small cheering Cloud Dance hit, let just some despair of them have rekindled a little hope. Yunwu doesn't have the stupid habit of waiting for her opponent to relieve the pain and then avenge herself. When the man-eating snake twitches on the ground, she pursues it. Yunwu's petite body soared up in the air, and with the help of gravity, he increased his power when he went down. The second sword, full of strength, was stabbing heavily at the 7-inch place of the man-eating snake. The breath of some dispirited piranha felt the attack from above, as well as the temperature of the flame that it was afraid of. In the face of the arrogance of human beings, the piranha burst out the final counterattack. It suddenly rolled its huge body on the ground, avoiding the cloud-dancing sword. At the same time, all the black venom in the tusks was sprayed towards the cloud. Everyone's heart is cold. Cloud Dance rushes down in the way of head and foot, which is unavoidable in mid-air. When Long Qingxie saw this scene, his dark pupils suddenly shrank. He has confidence in the strength of Cloud Dance, and this time he takes her into Warcraft Forest to experience her. Therefore, the dragon does not want to be a protector. He hopes that Cloud Dance can get enough strength to match him and stand beside him. However, this does not mean that the dragon will watch the Cloud Dance to die. In the face of the life and death scene, Long Qingxie leans forward slightly, ready to rescue Yunwu at any time. But out of the death crisis, Yunwu heard the voice of Hayo from the Chaos Palace. Don't step back. It'll be okay. Because of the words of Hayo, Yunwu decided to continue to attack without hesitation. With the master and servant contract, Hayo can never do anything to kill her, unless Hayo wants to die. People see Cloud Dance still keep dive posture. Just understand she is not to give up to kill the snake. Little 5. Long Qingxie couldn't help crying out anxiously. In his eyes, Yunwu's action was to die together, and the jade and stone were all on fire. Yunwu realized that the dragon was going to attack. At the critical moment, she called out 3 words. Don't come here. Just before she said anything, the venom of the man-eating snake had already sprayed towards her. Night has become the best cover-up for everything. Even the dragon has not seen the evil. While the venom sprayed to the clouds, her body appeared a layer of black mist like tulle. Those mists just make it impossible for the venom to touch the clouds. Moreover, in the blink of an eye, the venom is just like being evaporated, disappearing with the black fog. Cloud Dance's red flaming sword pierced into the snake's 7 inches. The tip of the sword against the hard metal scales made a harsh sound of friction. Cloud eyes narrowed, all the power gathered on the tiny tip of the sword. In an instant, the scales that made the man-eating snake fearless were like butter cheese cut by a hot blade. They melted down and let the Cloud Dance sword pierce into the most deadly 7 inches of the man-eating snake. The snake didn't even make a whine at last. Its huge body twitched and trembled, and it took up a lot of dust. Finally, it died quietly. Long Qingxie can't wait for Yunwu to come out, so he rushes into the rolling smoke. "Little Five, how are you doing?" Yunwu touched the dust on his face and said to the dragon, "What are you excited about? What else can I do?" Long Qingxie was stunned when he saw Yunwu's face, which was not hurt at all, but was dirty. He saw the venom of those man-eating snakes splashing on Yunwu with his own eyes. Lao Hu and them have long been scared to speechless by Yunwu's effort to do nothing. At this moment, seeing the cloud dancing miraculously in the venom of the man-eating snake, all people's hearts jumped wildly. This young man named Xiao Wu is not as simple as he seems. They are likely to meet the real hidden master. Cloud Dance turned a blind eye to their straight eyes and reminded Lao Hu with an ordinary attitude. "Uncle Hu, is there anything on this man-eating snake that can sell money? Do you want to deal with it before you start?" Oh yes, scales of man-eating snake are the materials that many forgers want, and its tusks." Lao Hu blinked hard as he woke up from a dream, and said to the tall, short, fat and thin four, "Come here and help." Coco also carried his own weapons and went to work with him. When passing by Yunwu, Coco looks at her with some formality and envy. Because the strength of Cloud Dance has made Coco feel unlikely to become friends with each other. In this world of strength, she is too small, but Cloud Dance is too powerful. After Lao Hu assigned the division of labor to the tall, short, fat and thin four, he returned to Yunwu. "Xiao Wu, you are responsible for the man-eating snake this time, but the rule of the exploration team is that all the proceeds from the sale of prey should be shared by everyone." Lao Hu said that he was very embarrassed. The man-eating snakes were all solved by Yunwu alone. She not only killed a man-eating snake, but also saved all their lives. But this is the rule of the expedition team, and it won't change because of this kind of accident. Just follow the rules, I don't care. Yunwu is not very interested in the money. First, she is here to improve her strength. Second, she keeps the treasure in the space bracelet, which is enough to spend, not short of money. Lao Hushan said, "Xiao Wu, you can rest assured that everyone will not be unhappy at this time. The most share must be yours and others will follow." Cloud Dance jaw head, turned to look at the man-eating snake. "Uncle Hu, this is just the periphery of the Warcraft forest. Why are there 4 to 5 level Warcraft?" Like human society, Warcraft Forest divides its territory according to its strength, and its level is even more distinct than that of human society. Few Warcraft leave their territory and go to places that don't belong to them. I don't know. I've met some Warcraft that leave their own area before, but they will go to the peripheral area, and the highest level will not exceed level 3. It's absolutely impossible for a man-eating snake to appear. Lao Hu was also puzzled when he looked at the dead man-eating snake, which was being dismembered. Cloud Dance's look is a little dim, looking at the empty space where the body of the cannibal snake is placed, where the tall, short, fat and thin quartet and Coco are busy dissecting their booty. Warcraft, which shouldn't be here, is attracted by what? Yunwu's eyes turned around the camp. When he saw the forest fire lying on the ground, he remembered that there was such a person. Now Lin Huar is like a half-mummy. She has all the things she has prepared. After digging out the rotten skin, she bites her teeth, applies medicine and bandages. At first, half a face stained with blood, and half a face wrapped in bandages that was bleeding. Let the original ordinary, but not because of the appearance of her face and be resisted, completely turned into a daytime walking in the street, can also frighten other people's children crying terror woman. Lao Hu sighed beside him. Alas, this forest fire son's actual strength is good, only this time of injury, I'm afraid the whole life can only be like this. Lin Huar's right hand uses a knife, but now, the flesh and blood of her whole right arm is almost gouged out by herself, and there is nothing left except bones. She is just like a useless person. Cloud Dance didn't answer, on the contrary, it made a wink to the dragon, and the two people walked towards the dark place that the bonfire couldn't shine on. Lin Huar's life and death have nothing to do with her. Lao Hu doesn't dare to talk nonsense to Yunwu now. A young man who can kill a man-eating snake in 2 moves by himself and survive in the venom of a man-eating snake has lost the qualification to educate each other. After Long Qingxie and Yunwu stand together, the first thing is to ask why Yunwu can survive in the venom of man-eating snakes. Dragon Qingxie reaches out and puts his hand on Yunwu's shoulder, with a trace of evil smile in his eyes. Little thing, do you want to keep a secret from me? Yunwu naturally can't tell her that between the lightning and flint, she directly let Hyo sort out some black fog to cover herself, isolate the venom, and transfer the venom to the Palace of Chaos. Cloud Dance's eyes flickered slightly and raised her hand to shake her own space bracelet. In here. Long Qingxie looks at her empty wrist. He also knows that Yunwu's hand is always wearing that space bracelet. However, the space bracelet of this little thing seems very unusual. Can not only let the living creatures like Hongling live in it, but also instantly collect the venom scattered all over the body? Yunwu said to the dragon, "Why don't you believe it? Shall I pour out the venom and feed it to you?" Dragon Qingxie relieved a smile, pinched her now youth face. "Why don't you believe me? You are lucky to get such a strange space object." "I'm not going to drink that." Cloud Dance secretly breathed a sigh of relief, but didn't dare to show it in front of Long Qingxie, just looked at him rather bored. Long Qingxie's smile was ambiguous. He lowered his head to Cloud Dance's ear and said, "If you are a little thing, I will drink arsenic." Yunwu was excited by the evil breath of dragon, and pushed him far away. "Can you show your face? Now we are brothers." How can a brother make such an ambiguous move to his brother? Long Qingxie is shameless. She doesn't want to follow him and be misunderstood as a pervert. Little thing, no matter who you are a man for your husband. Long Qingxie showed his hand indifferently and despised those secular rules from the bottom of his heart. He is such a man, everything is always arbitrary, no one can restrain him, there are no rules for him to abide by. Yunwu is probably the first person in his life who can take the initiative to accommodate and worry. And it's basically the only one. Long Qingxie, remember, I'm my own. I don't want to repeat this sentence with you again. Yunwu doesn't know the inner world of Long Qingxie. Just looking at his image as a prodigal son is enough to upset him. He wants to kick this man away at any time as if he has never known him. The dragon leaned against the tree trunk, looked at the cloud and said, "Tut, what a cruel and heartless little thing. Well, let's get down to business. When you bring your husband for a tryst, it's not just to confess what's wrong with your space bracelet, is it?" Cloud Dance has no mind to waste time correcting his words. What tryst? Hell of a discount. What do you think of the man-eating snake that suddenly appeared? It turns out that little things can't think about things clearly, but is this your attitude of asking for help for your husband? Dragon Qing Evil deliberately side-faced to the clouds, narrow eyes with a little amorous feelings of male and female indistinguishable. The temptation is self-evident. Cloud Dance stares at Long Qingxie coldly, and suddenly reaches out his hand and pats his side face. Long Qingxie's eyes saw Cloud Dance, and a silver needle was between his fingers. He held her wrist like lightning. Seeing the poisonous silver needles in Yunwu's hands, Long Qingxie's white teeth will be broken by himself. "Little thing, are you going to murder your husband?" Cloud Dance said calmly, "I thought you didn't drink the poison." I don't want to say that although the poison needle is a little worse than the poison, it can also let you experience the feeling of poisoning. Dragon Qing Evil one breath blocked in the chest, really have a kind of impulse to strangle this little thing. But raised his hand, and reluctant, seriously love and hate. Long Qingxie took a deep breath, and Yunwu's familiar unrestrained smile came back to his face again. Put away your trinkets, husband and wife are welcome, but when the public is watching, forget it. In fact, Yunwu didn't think that she could really hurt Long Qingxie at the beginning. These days she was very clear. For the external defense, the dragon will only be more evil than her, absolutely not less than her. I just feel that I have been used to treating him in such a way. Long Qingxie looked at the corpse of the man-eating snake and said to the cloud, "That man-eating snake will come here. There must be something attracting it. Maybe it's from other people, maybe it's from here itself." The cloud dances, the heart moves. You mean, is there anything here that might make the cannibal snake take the initiative to leave the territory? If it's really like this, a thing that can attract 4th order and close to 5th order warcraft must not be an ordinary product. If you can find it, it may be a big harvest. Maybe, but if you want to find it, it's better to avoid those people. Long Qingxie has never trusted this expedition team. A group of people who hang their heads on their waistbands to make a living, a temporary expedition team, who is really credible. None of them. Yunwu doesn't object to Dragon's evil words, because she also thinks so. Even to Lao Hu and Coco, she just doesn't feel disgusted. When it comes to trust, it's impossible. Long Qingxie raises his hand and embraces Yunwu's shoulder. The two brothers seem to embrace her and go to the camp together. Come on, tonight's night is still long. In the camp, they are still busy dealing with the corpses of man-eating snakes. It's a big project just to peel off all the intact snake scales. However, both Yunwu and Long Qingxie also found that the atmosphere of the expedition was not right. When Lao Hu saw them coming back, he walked towards them with a little expectation on his face. Yunwu didn't go to see other people but asked Lao Hu, "Uncle Hu, what's the matter?" Old Hu pointed to the half-dead forest fire lying on the ground. "The forest fire is too injured to follow us into the forest." Cloud Dance suddenly understand why the atmosphere will be strange. Lin Huar is so hurt that he can't go back alone. That is to say, one of the current team members must take her back and send her to heal. However, who here would be willing to give up such a well-paid task for such a strange woman? Not to mention, before that, Lin Huar's cheap mouth had offended the whole expedition team. Long Qingxie lowered his eyelashes. After thinking for a while, he had an idea in his heart. No one wants to take her back? How about me and Xiao Wu taking her out? All people are surprised to see Long Qingxie, don't know how he would be willing to sacrifice time and money to build on the woman Lin Huar. The thin man put down the fangs of the cannibal snake and looked at the dragon with disapproval. Dragon 4, you and Xiao 5 are the security of the whole exploration team. If you leave, what will happen again? Everyone else agrees. After the experience of the man-eating snake, everyone has a new look at Yunwu. In a faint sense, they have already obeyed Yunwu's advice and regarded her as a sign of protecting God. Just experienced a disaster. At this time, let the patron saint of the whole exploration team to escort a useless person, leave them here, how can they accept it? Long Qingxie was embarrassed and said, "But you don't want to go. If Xiao Wu and I don't go, do you want to see her die here?" In fact, this is exactly what we have in mind. They don't care about the life and death of Lin Huar. The self-righteous woman died in this place, rotted with the corpse of the man-eating snake, and became the belly meal of other low-level warcraft, which just taught her the best lesson. It's just that no one is stupid enough to say that. After thinking about it, Old Husi was not willing to let Yunwu leave. However, as a team leader, he can't let Lin Huar die. Otherwise, he will not be able to find any team members who are willing to follow him in Warcraft Forest. Long Si, why don't you leave Xiao Wu behind and send Lin Huar away? We'll leave later and wait for you to come back. Lao Hu has his own consideration. Long Qingxie has never been involved. They don't know what the strength of Long Qingxie is. Naturally, the safest way is to leave the stronger Cloud Dance behind. In a family, it is a miracle to have a talent as powerful as Yunwu. How can there be a second one? Long Qingxie also understood Lao Hu's meaning, but he didn't care whether he would be separated from Yunwoo temporarily. Anyway, now the cloud dance has proved that she has enough strength to protect herself. At present, these people in the exploration team can't help her. In this case, by sending away Lin Hua, he searched alone to see if there was any treasure in this area to attract the man-eating snake, which was the most appropriate plan. Well, just do as Uncle Hu said. I'll take Lin Hua out. You just keep going. Just leave some marks along the way for me, and I'll catch up with you. Long Qingxie doesn't want them to wait in place. In that case, how can he search for treasures? Well, that's it. Be safe on your way. In fact, Lao Hu was not willing to delay his time, so Long Qingxie took the initiative to put forward it, and he pushed the boat with the current. Other people are also very satisfied with the result. As long as it does not harm their interests, they have no opinion. And the only episode of this matter is that Long Qingxie insists on not going out with forest fire on his back. I'm kidding. Why does he have to carry a half-dead woman? There is only one woman who is worthy of touching his dragon. In desperation, they had to temporarily find some dead trees and vines, tied up a simple towable raft, put the forest fire on it, and let Long Qingxie drag her away. Lao Hu put Lin Hua on the raft and told Long Qingxie, Dragon 4, you must pay attention to safety. Along the way, I will carve a guide mark on the tree trunk. After you send her out, come to us as soon as possible. Don't worry, our fifth child is still with you. Of course I will come back. Xiao Wu, wait for me to come back. Long Qingxie touched Yunwu's head. Due to their current, brotherly relationship, Yunwu had to bear it. In order to be quick, Long Qingxie left with Lin Hua before dawn. Although Lin Hua, who was dragged on the raft like a corpse of Warcraft, was full of humiliating pain, he did not dare to say anything in this half-dead state. Angered others, they directly threw her in the Warcraft forest. Then she really only had a dead end. After Long Qingxie left, the camp was quiet again. Coco took advantage of everyone's rest and gave Yunwu a piece of clean scale of man-eating snake. Brother 5, this is your booty. Take this as a souvenir. Cloud Dance looked at the dark and shiny snake scale, didn't say anything, and took it directly. Coco's expression is a little careful sitting next to Yunwu, observing her expression. Yunwu looks down at Coco and asks, Are you afraid of me? Coco quickly shook his head and said, No, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of Brother 5. You don't want to be friends with me. How? Cloud Dance rarely can contact with this kind of unintended children. This kind of relaxed feeling is even a luxury for her. Coco excitedly looked at the cloud and said, Really? Even if I can't be as powerful as my fifth brother, would you like to be my friend? Or really, don't think about it. Go to bed. I'll be on my way tomorrow. Yunwu comforted Coco, put the black scales in his hands for a while, and went to sleep with his clothes. Although the first half of the night has not passed, but she alone to deal with the man-eating snake, presumably no one would dare to let her continue to watch the night. In the state of shallow sleep, Yunwu sinks his spirit into the sea of consciousness and enters the Hall of Chaos. Hayo is always sitting quietly in the Chaos Palace. Behind him is the vigorous Xianyuan fruit tree. The green branches and leaves are windless, which exudes intoxicating vitality. And in such a background, a black pride, it seems more lonely. Black Ao saw Cloud Dance to come, didn't speak, but just looked at her one eye, continued to hold in the hands of a floating black poison. Yunwu recognized that it was the venom that the man-eating snake wanted to use to kill her. She looked around and asked Hayo, what about Hongling? Hayo pointed to a mass of black fog in midair. I've built a place where they can sleep, and when you want to use them, I'll let them out. It's not harmful to them, is it? Yunwu knows that Hayo won't hurt her, but she's really not sure whether she will do anything to Hongling with Hayo's temper. That little monster and that snake, aren't you still useful? I'm not going to kill them. Cloud Dance also understood the meaning of Black Ao, that is to say, if Hongling they are useless to her at this time, for the things that break into Chaos Hall, Black Ao is afraid to kill one by one. Cloud Dance looks at the Black Pride playing with venom, and thinks of another thing. And the rabbit? Black Proud action, the hands of the venom with coagulation. Eaten by that little monster. Hayo's mood is obviously not very good because Hongling ate rabbits. Yunwoo thinks that Hayo is really locked up here every day. It's boring. It's rare for him to have a rabbit to play with. Hongling's food is still eaten. He didn't kill Hongling, which really gave her face. After all the gossip, Yunwoo looks at the venom in Hayo's hand and has one last question. Is that venom useful to you? Black Ao's 5 fingers move with a sense of rhythm. The mass of venom floating in his hands is shaking and rolling, like a mass of black crystal, flashing light streamer. If you add some more things, you can become a pill, take one every day, and your strength can be restored. What else do you need? Cloud Dance heard quite surprised. Black Proud strength recovery more, the more favorable to her. Black Ao's fingers closed, and the venom returned to the liquid state, shuttling between his fingers. The venom that others avoid is not as good as a toy when it comes to Hayo's hands. The most important thing is the 5 poison stone, which is hard to find. Hayo himself didn't seem to have any hope for this. He finally threw away his hand, and the venom disappeared like evaporation out of thin air. In fact, it was integrated into his body. Cloud Dance can't figure out what kind of state the black fog is now. Even those venoms are not afraid at all. Tell me what I look like and where I have it. I'll help you find it. I said when I signed the contract that I would try my best to help you recover your original strength, didn't I? Black Ao, some moving looking at Cloud Dance, that piece of carbon black face, seems to have a smile, but that smile fleeting even Cloud Dance did not see. The 5 poison stone is in the Warcraft forest. It is a common stone by nature. No one can recognize it when it is placed on the roadside. However, it can attract those poisonous Warcraft to approach it. This is a kind of instinct for those Warcraft, and when those Warcraft close, they will be slowly sucked up by the 5 poison stone and finally become corpses. After listening to Hayo's explanation, Yunwoo always feels that there is a string in her mind, which is being gently stirred by someone, numb and itching, and an idea comes to her mind. Hayo, the man-eating snake, appeared here for no reason. Was it attracted by the 5 venom stones? When we think of this possibility, Yunwoo is inevitably excited. She originally thought that it was extremely difficult to find something that could make Hayo recover her strength. Unexpectedly, she met such good luck with a crooked attitude. Don't be happy. The 5 poison stone may appear anywhere. But no matter where it is, no one else can find it. Do you forget what I said? It's no different from ordinary stone. It has no characteristics. Yunwoo's enthusiasm was extinguished by the cold water of Hayo, but he would not give up hope. Long Qingxie has gone to find him. He is not so knowledgeable. Maybe he can bring back a piece of 5 poison stone? That crooked boy, do you really count on him? Black Proud sneer obviously don't see up to eye to the dragon to pour evil. Others can't see the way that the dragon casts evil to increase his strength, but it doesn't mean he can't see his black pride. With that kind of devious cultivation, where is the human cultivation method? Even some high-level Warcraft can't catch up with his bloody cruelty. Yunwoo didn't expect that Hayo had such a big opinion on Dragon Qingxie. After all, Hayo didn't seem to be a decent person. Anyway, let's see if there's any good news when he comes back. Even if he brings the 5 poison stone back, how can you persuade him to give it to you and explain the use of the 5 poison stone to a person who knows the value of the 5 poison stone? Cloud Dance really didn't expect so far. Black Ao said so. Her head also followed the pain up. This time, she can't use Space Bracelet as an excuse. How can there be a space item that needs 5 poison stones? Cloud Dance finally decided to try, to Black Proud way. There will always be a way, this matter to me. Hayo shook his head and didn't speak. After spending so long time in the Chaos Hall, he has learned not to make unnecessary delusions. Even if he has been looking forward to the real resurrection, after meeting Yunwoo and getting the first chance to recover, he just chose to wait quietly. Because some things, not you to look forward to fantasy, can come true. The greater the expectation, the deeper the despair. Cloud Dance also can experience some Black Proud mood. In fact, she is not what sunshine positive little girl, At this time also can't say too many naive simple stupid words to cheat black proud. Everything is waiting for Long Qingxie to come back. I can't stay here all the time. If someone outside comes to me for something, it's easy to be suspected. If there's anything, just contact me with your heart sound. After the explanation, Yunwu withdrew from the sea of consciousness and returned to the outside world. She opened her eyes and looked at the situation of the camp. Coco had fallen asleep. Lao Hu and others were dealing with the snake scales and watching the night by the way. Nothing else. After experiencing all kinds of things brought by man-eating snakes, this busy night finally came to peace. Cloud Dance also sees the time to sleep. Who knows what will happen tomorrow? Let all unexpected thing is, just daybreak, Long Qingxie alone back to the camp. When they went into the Warcraft forest, they had been walking for a day. Now the dragon has gone back and forth for only half a night. How can it be? Seeing Long Qingxie approaching, everyone's eyes changed. This dragon shouldn't be to throw forest fire sun to where? Lao Hu also had such worries in his heart. He looked at Yunwu and finally asked about the dragon. Dragon 4, where's Lin Huar? Long Qingxie said with regret. She didn't clean up the venom. The venom has gone to the bone. I dragged her all the way and it became lighter and lighter. Looking back, there was only water left on the raft. People who are cooking porridge in daily life listen to him and look at the porridge in their bowls, which makes them feel sick. Only Cloud Dance face unchanged with last night's remaining roast pork. Eat breakfast is very sweet. Who can't see if she believes in dragon's evil words? Well, I can't help it. That's fate. We've tried our best. Since Long Qingxie has given reasons, Lao Hu doesn't want to continue to ask. For the sake of a dead Lin Huar, it is obviously extremely unwise to offend the most powerful and even mysterious Xiao Wu and his brother in the whole team. Well, Dragon 4, come and have breakfast. You haven't slept all night. At least you have to keep up. Long Qingxie was very satisfied with Lao Hu's appearance, so he sat down beside Yunwu. Yunwu just had enough to eat. He put the bowl on the ground and got up to leave. Long Qingxie said with a brazen smile, "Our little five is really sensible. When I see my brother coming, I still know how to give him a bowl." Other people just thought that the two brothers had a good relationship, and then they laughed twice, but they didn't take it seriously. Long Qingxie really didn't mind that it was the bowl Yunwu had just used. He served porridge from the pot on the campfire and ate roast pork for two. Cloud Dance has been waiting for Long Qingxie to finish his meal. When others are cleaning up the camp, they wink at him and take him to one side. "Did you find anything?" Long Qingxie smiles. "You didn't ask me how that forest fire died." Cloud Dance, indifferently looking at Dragon Qingxie, without the slightest emotion asked, "Does her life and death have anything to do with me?" "Little thing, I just like your character. Unfortunately, I don't like you. Come on, have you got anything?" Long Qingxie is used to refuting Yunwu. He looks back at the camp and makes sure no one dares to come. Then he takes something from his space ring. "Little thing, have you ever heard of the 5-poison stone?" Looking at the ordinary stone in Long Qingxie's hand, plus the sentence that Long Qingxie said, Cloud Dance's heartbeat all missed a beat. Dragon Qingxie unexpectedly really got 5-poison stone. "Little thing, do you know the 5-poison stone?" As soon as Long Qingxie saw Cloud Dance, he seemed a little excited, so he had some doubts. It's hard for ordinary people to know the 5-poison stone, even if they only hear its name. If it wasn't for his dragon pavilion that some special people came to sell things on consignment or to buy some rare treasures, even if it was for the dragon's evil spirits, they would not have had a chance to hear about it. Yunwu took a breath without any trace, restrained his strange emotion, and said evil to the dragon, "I know it's not surprising that I'm allowed to go in and out of the Cloud family now. I've just seen a few classics by accident." Long Qingxie also thinks it's reasonable. Yunqi attaches importance to Cloud Dance, which he knows. Long Qingxie throws the 5-poison stone in his hand and looks at the clouds with long and thin eyes. "Well, how much do you know about 5-poison stones, little things? Isn't it just a stone to attract poison?" In fact, Yunwoo knows what he knows, but he doesn't intend to explain what he knows. Her next step is to find a way to take the 5 poison stone from Long Qingxia's hand. If he gets suspicious too early, what else can she do? Long Qingxia smiles when he hears the words, and the light of the morning sun covers his eyelashes and eyebrows with a layer of fuzzy golden halo, matching with the light of a few gold filigrees in his eyes. At that moment, Yunwoo really felt that this man was as handsome as the fox demon in Liaozhai, which made people unable to move their eyes. Long Qingxia scratched Yunwoo's cheek with his backhand and joked, "Don't look at me like this. I can't go on talking about my husband like this." Cloud Dance white he one eye, just now that a little bit like human like demon feeling, must be her illusion. Long Qingxia took the 5 poison stone and said to Yunwoo, "In fact, it's due to Lin Hua that we can find this 5 poison stone." Cloud Dance doesn't understand if C to Long Qingxia, Lin Hua's son isn't dead, concern her what matter? Wei Fu really wanted to be a good man and throw the forest fire to the edge of the Warcraft forest to let her live and die. After all, there are people passing by, and if she's lucky, she won't die. Long Qingxia squinted slightly, as if carefully recalling every detail at that time. With that, Long Qingxia pretended to sigh and continued, "Who knows, Lin Hua had to lie down from the raft in the middle of the walk. She wanted to die herself, so I didn't have to work anymore." Cloud Dance immediately understood the key point. She said, "Is the 5 poison stone found by Lin Hua?" Yes, this time she went into the Warcraft forest, she probably wanted to look for the 5 poison stone. But, bad luck, half dead by a man-eating snake. Long Qingxia answered the question of Cloud Dance and began to talk about the situation at that time. Wei Fu originally wanted to go straight, but I found that there were many poisonous snakes and insects gathering in the place where the forest fire crawled. At that time, the 5 venom stone was wrapped in those things, which was like a ball with no way to start. A stone completely wrapped by poisonous snakes and insects. Even Yunwoo was surprised to think of such a picture. However, how can it be difficult to find the obvious characteristics of the 5 poison stone? This Cloud Dance has some problems. Although Dragon Qingxia is powerful, he is not an expert in this field after all. It's normal when he can't start. So, how did he bring the 5 poison stones back? In the face of Cloud Dance's confused sight, Long Qingxia smiles. "Don't you forget," I said, "it's Lin Hua's credit." Cloud Dance picked eyebrow of Sea Dragon to pour evil. "So, you directly killed Forest Fire's son, use her to block those poison?" Although this is a guess, but with this man's temperament, it is probably that. Sure enough, you are still a little man. The dragon caresses his hand and laughs. However, in Yunwoo's eyes, he said, "Of course, Wei Fu is not so cruel. He just helped her a little, and then Lin Hua threw himself on the poison ball. After being disturbed, all the poisons are transferred to her, and Wei Fu can just take back the 5 poison stone." Cloud Dance listened to Dragon Qing evil understatement, but in the heart is a speechless. Although she didn't dislike this man's bloody means, sometimes, this man's means really made her feel chilly. No matter whether Lin Hua and them had a festival or not, they didn't hurt each other. It's impossible to save Lin Hua before she gets hurt with the dragon's ability to pour evil. However, at that time, he might have been able to see the existence of the 5 poison stone. In order to obtain the 5 poison stone, he sacrificed Lin Hua. "Little thing, what are you thinking? My husband is by my side. Are you still so inattentive that you want to be punished?" Long Qingxia's thoughts on Cloud Dance, naturally, can guess that 8 or 9 are inseparable from 10, but he doesn't have the meaning of guilt or explanation. When he did things, he only asked himself whether he wanted to do it or not, and when did he ask others whether they would like it or not. In this world, the strong ask respect, their strength is not as good as people, who can blame for death. Cloud Dance looks at the dragon to pour evil, similarly also roughly guessed what he thought. The people in this world, the law of the jungle, since you are not strong enough to die, do you want to aggrieve yourself for an unrelated weak person? Think of here, Cloud Dance suddenly feel, maybe she really with this man is very similar. Now that you have got the 5 poison stone, you should know its usage too? Long Qingxia looks at the stone in his hand in distress. Suddenly his good-looking black eyes fall on Yunwu's face. Little thing, this 5 poison stone is a good thing. Why don't we give it to you? Think of it as a gift from you to get rid of that man-eating snake. Yunwu didn't seem to think about it. He gave her the 5 poison stone directly, but he said it on purpose. You want me to take this thing with you? Are you trying to kill me? Little thing, when can you not distort my husband's mind? Long Qingxia grabs Yunwu's hand and puts the 5 poison stone into her hand. When the 5 poison stones are not on people, they are designed to attract poison to strengthen themselves. However, when the 5 poison stone follows people, it will no longer attract poisons. On the contrary, it will drive away other poisons for you and keep you safe. Really? Cloud Dance pick eyebrow, some doubt. Or is it the first time I've heard that there are such friendly things in nature? And it is really a stone, not an animal that can cultivate feelings with human beings. When did my husband cheat you? Long Qingxia said with a faint smile. But then, Dragon Qingxia's keen ear heard someone coming, and quickly pushed the 5 poison stone directly to Yunwu's wrist. Yunwu opened the space bracelet knowingly and took the 5 poison stone in. Lao Hu knew that the 2 brothers had something to say with them alone, and they didn't go too close. Xiaowu, take your brother. We're going to set out. You can tell from the address that the dragon's evil spirit is already an accessory of Cloud Dance in other people's eyes. Cloud Dance answered and said to the dragon, do you really want to give me the 5 poison stone? Even Hayo wants something like that. This alone is enough to show that the 5 poison stone is extraordinary. Dragon Qing Evil is casually said, gave her things? Long Qingxia walks in the left front of Yunwu. Hearing her question, he gives her a meaningful answer. Some things are better for those who are useful, aren't they? Cloud Dance Lung Lung. At that moment, she even began to doubt that Dragon Qingxia had found something in her. Like Chaos Palace, like Black Pride. Cloud Dance touched his white wrist and stressed to the dragon, since you gave it to me, you don't want to take it back. Even if she wants to pay it back, she won't go back. At that time, the 5 poison stone must have been used by Hayo to refine medicine. When the people in the camp heard the words of Cloud Dance, the fat man asked curiously, Xiao Wu, what good things did your brother give you? Because of this sentence, other people all looked over, and their eyes were fixed on their brothers. Cloud Dance in the heart secretly scolds this dead fat person to be multifarious. This kind of time, even if who really gets what treasure as long as the companion does not know, who will be silly enough to share with the companion. What's more, they still got 5 poison stones. However, Cloud Dance is very casual to say, nothing, that is, my brother picked up a gem ring, I took it. Then she brushed her hand over her wrist and put it on her finger. Just in time, a beautiful ruby ring was shining. The fat man smacked his tongue with admiration and said with emotion, can you pick it up? It's really different from people's lives. How many times have we come in? At most, we find some dry food or weapons. Weapons are all ordinary goods. Cloud Dance Light Return Way, is my elder brother good luck? With that, she said to old Hu, Uncle Hu, don't you start yet? Lao Hu saw that Yunwu didn't like to pry into her and her brother's private affairs. He quickly winked at the fat man and told him to stop and shut up. Fat man also knows how to advance and retreat. He wants to please Yunwu and get close to such a powerful young man, but he won't be willing to backfire and make Yunwu hate him. Starting to move forward again, Long Qingxia, as before, stood beside Yunwu to protect her safety. The thin man wiped the sweat stains, hot straight pulling his coat fan. Lao Hu, how long do we have to go? Lao Hu looked at the distance and said, if you can get there quickly today, if you are slower, you can get there tomorrow morning by staying another night. The tall man, who had been quite silent, suddenly opened his mouth. Lao Hu, what is that young Master Nangong looking for? Although Lao Hu doesn't know the details of Nangong Yi's poisoning, he should know what they are looking for. At the end of the tall man's speech, others also looked at Lao Hu, waiting for his answer. They are tuning in to the Passion Pages YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.